only the 32nd time in the history of the OHSAA a pair of defending state champions face each other the following year in the regular season. For the first time in the history of Lake County, two defending state champions take the field. And for the first time since 2016, two defending state champions take the field here in Northeast Ohio. Hello, everybody. Double A Anthony Alford here with you, and welcome to the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV as the defending Division 6 state champion Kirtland Hornets take on the defending Division 5 state champion Perry Pirates. More to come after this. Ohio Center for Oral-Facial and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral-Facial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's ohsurgery.com. 1 year ago, the streak ended. 57 straight regular season wins by the Kirtland Hornets. One of the most impressive streaks ever in high school sports. And it was snapped a year ago by the Perry Pirates right here on CVC TV, 24-6. Back in week 3 a year ago. Meanwhile, Perry has their own 18-game win streak, and that is coming into play here tonight. We're going to hear from both head coaches coming up in just a little bit. Tiger Laverde of Kirtland's up first. And here's the crazy thing about the result of that game last year. After that defeat, their starters only gave up 6 points the entire rest of the regular season. Only 6 points after that defeat, going on to win the Division 6 state championship. Our own Kyle Cornell had an opportunity to talk with both head coaches. And right now, let's hear from Kirtland's head football coach, Tiger Laverde.
And thank you so much for giving us some time here. Game day tonight against Perry. It's a matchup we've all been looking forward to. We circled it in our calendars when the schedules came out. But first off, I want to be the last person to say congrats again on last season. Of course, winning another state championship, Coach. The program you've built to this point in Kirtland, obviously, I'd say still counting because still plenty of years to go, has been fantastic. You guys have been on one of the, possibly even the best run we've seen maybe ever when it comes to a high school football team in the state of Ohio. Kind of speak to the guys, speak to the team as you move through last season and obviously the first 2 weeks of this year and where you guys are at currently.
Yeah, I mean, the kids have, they played 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade football together. So, these kids have been together a long time, running like our offense and defense and getting in the weight room. And that's kind of why we've been able to continue our run, because it's not like a 9 through 12 thing. It's really a, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade through 12th thing. And they work hard and they see what the older kids have done in the past. And so, what I always say what's normal here for these kids, and that's all they know, is really not normal. How hard they work year round is really not normal. But to them, it's normal because that's what everybody's always done. So, it's a great culture. Kids want to be in the weight room. They want to work hard. They want to work on their craft in the off season. And that's why we've been able to be as successful as we have.
Honestly, Coach, we talked to you last year about it, too. The youth program, you just mentioned it. I mean, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, all the way up through, obviously, high school. The continuity in the community, the want and desire to be a part of this program, you've really been a big factor in that, and obviously the guys that have come and went and still have impact in the community. I mean, it's really tight-knit, and it shows in the amount of just interest. It's difficult nowadays for kids to try out for football. We've caught teams that struggle to field full teams together, and you guys seem to have pretty good numbers every year, and you always seem to be bringing new kids in that are just working their way through the system. What do you credit that? I mean, obviously the community is fantastic, but I mean, to be able to build from that early of an age all the way to obviously when they're freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior in high school, I mean, these kids stick around. They stay put, and they put the work in, like you mentioned. It's something special out there.
Yeah, we've been fortunate with our numbers because I think, success, kids want to be part of it. So, like, we've been able to field a 7th grade team and an 8th grade team and a 9th grade team and a JV and a varsity team. So we've been able to field 5 teams, 7 through 12, where other schools our size, they have like one middle school team, 7th and 8th grade combined, and then they have JV varsity. So a lot of times those 7th graders don't get to play much, and then when they get in 9th grade, they don't play much JV. And so, like, they almost lose, like, 2 years of playing experience and being excited for games and stuff because they know they're going to go and, get 5 or 6 or 10 plays. Our kids, the 7th graders play a full schedule, then the 8th graders a full schedule, and same with 9th grade and then JV varsity. So I really think that's helped us, and it keeps kids happy because they're playing, number one. It keeps kids invested, and then in the off season they want to get better. And then they just see what the older kids do, and the older kids are great role models for the younger kids. So it's kind of like success breeds success a little bit in that fact. But, like, if you don't have the numbers, you can't have 5 teams, 7 through 12. Like, so we end up playing like the bigger schools, like the D1 and D2 and D3 schools that have full 7th grade teams and full 9th grade teams. And it gives our kids a lot of good competition. And then, when we get into the D6 playoffs, it's obviously helped us.
It really has, and you guys, I mentioned, have been on a fantastic run. And I know the last thing coaches like to do is get personal, but how does it feel to see your son performing the way he has? I mean, already one of the best quarterbacks we've seen in Kirtland, has the most wins ever as a starting quarterback for the squad in school history. Obviously off to a great start this year, too, running the ball phenomenally, and obviously been able to make some good plays with his arm, too. Personally for you, I know obviously for the team it's been great, but how does it feel to see him play this well and get it, really, as the quarterback and kind of lead this team? It was
really fun to see just pure joy and happiness last year when we won the final. But to see him, he led us in rushing with 126 yards. He led us in tackles, actually playing defense also as a sophomore, and just to see the pure joy in his face at the end of the game because, he knew he was a big part of it, was awesome. And just to see his work from first grade, through last year pay off, that's what it's all about. These kids learn a valuable lesson. Like, if you work hard at something, that you get results. That's the other thing. Like, a lot of times kids work hard, and if they don't see the results, they're like, why am I doing this? So I think it's just a great it was fun for me, obviously, as a dad to see him, but just the pure joy, smile, excitement at the end of the game it's all worth it.
Definitely, Coach, and we're going to shift gears a little bit now. Hey, Perry tonight, I'll tell you what, last season it was an interesting experience, something we hadn't seen in many, many years for a team to come on your home field and beat you guys in the regular season. I imagine a lot of people called that the jumping off point for you guys as far as refocusing, and, of course, carried all the way to another state championship. They won their state title as well, so this is the first time we're seeing this in a little bit. One of 3 state champ matches this year up in Northeast Ohio, but you guys get the first one. Thoughts on that team, reflecting on last year and looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, last year we didn't play great, and they beat us 24-6, and we learned a lot from it. And I'll be honest, I don't think we go on the run we did, and I don't think we win the whole thing if we don't lose that game. You really learn a lot from your losses. You learn more from losses than you do from wins because you get on the film and see what you got to clean up. That game really helped us. I mean, it really helped us focus and go to practice with a different perspective on, man, we got to get a lot better. Sometimes these kids get a false sense of where they're at, and that kind of, gave us a little reality that, they whipped us. And it's just a great game for that. Like, whatever happens tonight, it's going to help. If we win or lose, these games are going to help us. I mean, this will make us better week 11, regardless of the outcome. And it's going to be such a great challenge. They have so many kids back from last year's team. And they won 16-0 for a reason. They're good. They're talented. They're well coached. The kids work hard. They got, a great quarterback. They got good running backs, good receivers, a great defense. And they got a great kicker. He puts it through the end zone every time. So it's going to be a real hard challenge for us. We graduated, a lot of seniors last year, and we kind of got a young team, and it's going to be awesome. I mean, either way, it's going to be great for our kids to get out there and face this kind of competition, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Coach, and I'll leave you with this for one last question. I asked Coach Gueswich this as well. When it comes to, hey, you're about to head out of the tunnel, about to go into enemy territory there for the field here tonight. What are you saying to the guys before you head out? What's the final message as you prepare for a game like this?
Well, kids usually know, if it's a big game or not. They're not stupid. So I'm just going to try to calm them down and say, do your job. This is not going to be 5 plays and it's going to be over. It's going to be 150 plays in this game. And so, whatever happens early, just, be calm, keep your head and just keep playing. Do the best you can every single play. And that's all you can do. Like, I don't want them to, waste a bunch of nerves before pregame. I actually am going to try to calm them down. I mean, that's kind of what I do in big games. Their emotions are already, through the roof, and you can make a lot of mistakes that kill you if you're too emotional. So I'm just going to try to calm them down and keep them chill and let them know it's a long game. And that's what I've seen a lot of teams play us in the playoffs, and they're all geeked up, to play Kirtland. And it's a lot of playoff games the last 15 years. I don't know that we've won more than the other team has just lost it. Like, they come out and try to do something that they haven't done all year, and they fumble the ball. Like, a lot of teams that fumble the ball, they're just so amped up, and they're not used to the big game. And they kind of I wouldn't say give us the game, but they give us the game. And usually in this kind of game, the team that makes the least amount of mistakes usually wins. So, I think turnovers are a huge key tonight. We got to win the turnover battle. We got to win time of possession. And that's usually true in most big games. So we'll see how it plays out tonight. But we can't make mental mistakes, and we can't turn the ball over. And you got to give our kids a shot in the fourth quarter.
Awesome, Coach. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you giving me some time today. And, of course, best of luck tonight in a big matchup. Of course, a rematch of last year's 2 state champions going head-to-head in Perry tonight. Coach, thank you again. Appreciate the time, and we'll catch up later tonight.
All right, thanks. Take care.
Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's ohsurgery.com. Welcome back to the pregame show here on CVC TV and ChagrinValleyConference.com. Remember to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Just find CVC TV, subscribe, and you'll see all of our past live games, interviews, exclusive notes across all of our Chagrin Valley Conference sports. Now, if this is your first CVC TV broadcast, Anthony Alford back here with you, by the way. If this is your very first CVC TV broadcast, you'll notice, wait a minute, what's going on here? What are we watching? This flyover video. No, this is not the Big Ten, but this is a very, very special conference, the Chagrin Valley Conference, spanning 4 different divisions, divisions 3 through 6, spanning 5 different counties here in Northeast Ohio, as far west as Fairview and as far east as Conneaut. 25 different schools competing in the CVC in football, and so much competition up and down the schedule. You don't want to miss any of it. ChagrinValleyConference.com is where you could check the CVC athletes of the week across all the sports, different write-ups, lacrosse country and volleyball and football. got you all covered all throughout the year. And, of course, also on ChagrinValleyConference.com, you can see the schedule, as you'll notice some non-conference games. You'll notice some CVC crossover games throughout the schedule, including this one right here, Kirtland and Perry, a CVC crossover matchup, a matchup in which both of these coaches want to use this game as kind of a measuring stick of where they are as they continue on and progress with the season. And speaking of which, Kirtland, while they are favorites in Division 6, Perry, the defending Division 5 state champions, they're not in Division 5 anymore. They're actually in Division 4. They got some tough competition in November. Should they make it there, we expect them to go deep. But the focus is tonight. It is week 3. You heard from head coach of Kirtland, Tiger Laverty, and when we come back on the other side, you will hear from head coach Bob Getritz of Perry on the other side of this break as we get you ready for the big matchup, Kirtland and Perry. More to come after this. Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's ohsurgery.com. Kickoff here at Alumni Stadium is just moments away. But first, here's the head coach of the Perry Pirates, Bob Getritz, with our play-by-play man, Kyle Cornell.
Thank you so much for giving me some time. Today, of course, game day, big matchup with you guys. Perry Kirtland, it seems like it's become now an annual event, to say the least, with you two. First off, let me be officially the last person to wish you congratulations on last season. It was an awesome year. Kind of capping that all off, starting 2-0 this season, Coach. How do you feel your team is, and how do you feel they're ready right now for a matchup tonight against another state champion?
We'll see. This is why you play this game, is to see where you're at, see how you stack up against one of the blue bloods of the state, and that's who Kirtland is, one of the best programs, period. So that's why we schedule this game. That's why we play this game, see where we're at. And, I think we'll have a better picture of that at around 9, 10 o'clock tonight.
Coach, what do you take from last year's game? Obviously, you guys went to Kirtland and did something that no one had done for, I want to say, a long time. I think it was 2015, 2016, the last time they had lost on their home field. You guys went there and did something that a lot of people didn't think was going to happen for a long time, maybe another 5-6 years. How do you take that momentum from last season, too, and kind of use that for this year? Do you use it at all, or do you kind of just, hey, fresh slate, 2 new teams, let's go out there and do it again?
Yeah, I think it's more of a fresh slate. That both those teams are gone. They've got some new pieces. We've got some new pieces. The motivations over the off season, those sorts of things. So it's not really something that we've even talked about, because it was last year, and there were some things that happened in that game that are so abnormal for a Kirtland team to do. Turnovers, not capitalizing in the red zone, those sorts of things. So if we think that that's just going to happen again this year, we're going to be in for a rude awakening. So we just prepare for this game tonight.
I know you mentioned, Coach, obviously the rosters have turned over a little bit. There's been some seniors that have graduated, but you do have a couple guys back from last year that made a big impact in the game and that are impact players for you. Obviously, starting with number 11, Walter Moses has been fantastic for you. He's really grown into that role as a leader on the team. Talk about him and what he means to this group as he is in his senior season now and is trying to lead you guys back into the state playoffs.
Walter's a 3-year starter. He got a couple of reps as a freshman too. So he's got full reins of the offense. There are a lot of conversations, and he gets a lot of say in what is and isn't in the game plan, because it's him that has to do it. It's not me. So it's just good to have that experience there and know that position's kind of taken care of. And that doesn't mean that he's going to be perfect every night. He's going to have off nights just like anybody else. but we have a lot of trust and a lot of faith in him, as we do with a lot of our players.
Coach, one of the things, obviously, looking across the way at their squad, you mentioned one of the blue bloods of the state. The run they've been on is obviously well documented, and everything they've been able to do. And this season, it really feels like it's under the coach's son right now, a quarterback. He's been, as you mentioned, in his own right, a 3-year starter going into his senior season, and what he's been able to do in Jake Laverty. How do you stop a kid who's averaging almost 250 yards a game on the ground so far this year?
Yeah, and I actually think Jake's only a junior. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't stop them. It reminds me of Chris Berman and the old ESPN crew talking about Barry Sanders. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And that's what we have to do. We have to just play our part and play a role. And the second that somebody takes a play off or does the wrong thing, that's when Kirtland busts a huge one. Whether it's Jake or somebody else on their roster. So we just have to continue to do our jobs, and he's going to make plays. He's a great player. That's what they do. So he's going to make plays. It's just a matter of how many do we allow them to make, and how do we bounce back when he does.
Coach, talk about it too. Obviously, I believe the first 2 weeks on the road, correct? So is it the first home game for you guys?
It is.
Yeah, so how does that kind of stack up too for the guys? Obviously, winning 2 big games on the road, obviously, beating a tough team in Division 2 last week as well, kind of moving up a little bit to play a team like you guys like that. I mean, how do you kind of get ready for your home opener too? It's a hell of a home opener to have this team kind of come into town, especially, they're thinking about this game. They probably have circled it. Both you guys kind of used last year's game as a launching point, so to speak, to go win state championships. I mean, the guys, I'm sure, are excited not only for the fact that it's Kirtland, but also that, hey, it's the first time they get to play in front of their home fans.
Yeah, I think, it's anytime that you're at home, there's a positive to it. For our guys, it's just a later report time on that day. But, I just think our guys are excited for the opportunity to compete. I think that they are excited for an opportunity to play Kirtland. And being at home, I mean, it adds a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's football. So our guys are ready to roll regardless.
Awesome, Coach. Nate, before I let you go, and I appreciate the time again, I want you to put me in the locker room, man. We're about to head out, run onto the field. What are you telling your guys? What's the message tonight as you get ready for the biggest game of the season so far, as you continue to try and work towards getting back to the playoffs and making another run?
Yeah, there's really nothing special. We just got to keep the focus on us, doing our jobs, playing as hard as we can, as long as we can, to the best of our ability, and not letting anything else impact us. Just do what you can do, and we'll see where the cards fall at the end of the game. So we're just excited to compete, man. This is the stuff that you get ready for. This is the type of game that you live for. This is the type of game that you practice for. So now we get a chance to go out and see where we're at. So it's exciting.
Well, again, Coach, congratulations on last season. It was a hell of a year, and obviously off to a great start this season too. And wish you the best of luck tonight. And what's one of the biggest games we're going to see here in the CVC this season, and maybe over and across the entire state. Only the 32nd time we've seen two previous state champions go head-to-head in the state of Ohio. So I appreciate you, Coach, and looking forward to the game. And, of course, best of luck tonight.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
Thank you again to both head coaches for contributing to our pregame show. Thank you also to the Kirtland Hornets stat crew for assisting as well with stats and whatnot. I'm telling you, a ton of people here, even with the weather, does not matter. When we come back, it is about that time for kickoff. Kyle Cordell will be with you for the play-by-play for only the 32nd time. Two defending state champions about to take the field to face each other. It's never happened in Lake County. It's never happened in the Chagrin Valley Conference. But here we are today. The Kirtland Hornets, the Perry Pirates, Double A Anthony Alford signing off. Enjoy the game, everybody. On this high school football Friday night, our CVC TV Game of the Week.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Welcome in, folks. Week 3 of the high school football season here in the great state of Ohio, and Chagrin Valley Conference.com has your matchup, CVC TV Game of the Week, and it is a big one, possibly Game of the Year for the second straight year. Conditions are a little worse than last year, AA, but a big matchup between the visiting Kirtland Hornets and the home Perry Pirates here on CVC TV. Again, Kyle Cornell, AA Anthony Alford on the call with you tonight for an awesome matchup. Defending state champions in their respective divisions go head-to-head once again this season here on CVC TV. LAA, it's raining.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, boy.
It is. And as some will say, great football weather. Some will say not so much. But that's why these are two of the best teams in the area. First off, the 32nd time, as we mentioned, that this has happened in the state of Ohio. Two defending state champions facing off. It's the first time it's happened here in Lake County. It's the first time it's happened here in Northeast Ohio since 2016. And it's these two teams. And the backdrop, unbelievable. We'll get to what happened last year, of course, but it's a excellent measuring stick game for both of these teams. And it should be a phenomenal showcase tonight.
Really is fantastic. Let's talk about the home Perry Pirates. They are 2-0, riding an 18-game win streak dating back to last season when they won the Division V state championship here in Ohio. Coming off a huge win against a Division II team in Euclid. We were kind of concerned, hey, bigger school, how are they going to fare? Well, they went out and shut them out on the road, 42-0. Big game for the Pirates as they continue to move forward, averaging 42 points a game this year, only giving up 5 over the first 2 weeks. Impressive for Coach Bob Gesowicz's group, and Walter Moses, the quarterback, leading the way.
Yeah, and 3-year starter for Walter Moses. We was just talking with Coach before the game, and it's like, well, maybe the good thing is that you have somebody who is used to the program, a multi-year starter, but he received reps as a freshman. He was working in the program. So really 4 years of dedicated service to this football team. He's a phenomenal leader on offense, and he's going to be asked to do a ton in the air, but with these conditions, maybe on the ground as well.
Talking to Coach Getchman before the game, obviously heard an interview with him earlier today as well, but he kind of said, hey, Moses has the ability to make plays with his feet. He may have to make those key situational plays like he did last year. Ran for a big third down in the game against Kirtland over at Kirtland that led to some points getting on the board. His arm and those legs, that 6'4" frame, going to be big for the Pirates today. Let's talk about Kirtland, too, the defending Division 6 state champions. Coming off a 42-6 win over Crestview last week. Beat Dalton in week 1. They were a Division 7 runner-up in the state, too, so they've got some pretty good experience so far this season, AA. And again, the game kind of starts and stops with Jake Laverty, the coach's son. He's been fantastic as a starting quarterback for this Kirtland Hornet team. Already has the most wins as a starting QB in Kirtland history.
Amazing.
Looking to add on that tonight.
Amazing, and he has an opportunity to do so. And let's just be honest. They're obviously, Kirtland's built to go week to week. They're wired to go week to week, focus on 1 week at a time. But you've got to understand the bad taste in their mouth from last year. And Laverty wants to be the guy to lead, this team to victory today. And it's going to be an offense that's going to, as we know with Kirtland, every time they come out, you got to figure out who has the football. You got to figure out, is Laverty going to keep it himself? It's going to be one of their other multitude of tailbacks is going to get it, fullbacks. Who knows? But you're 100% right, Kyle. It's going to start and stop with Jake Laverty. He is a stud, and he has greatly improved year to year.
We talked about that week 1 performance against Dalton, too. 341 yards rushing for the quarterback. And Laverty, that was only 20 or so yards off from the school record. Again, junior kid, he's got a lot of potential still to go through these next year and change, obviously, through this season. I mean, just phenomenal athlete, and obviously coach very proud of his son, but also proud of the leader he's become as a football player on his team. And again, talking about Coach Laverty, the pedigree he's brought, the level of success, 7 straight state finals in Division 6, easily the longest active streak in the entire state of Ohio. I mean, that kind of pedigree, that kind of excellence, it almost demands just respect whenever stadium they walk into.
Prior to the anthem, join me in a moment of silence as we honor 2 Perry alumni.
We're going to pause real quick for the anthem and some of the pregame here.
Ashton, class of 2021, and Skylar Davison, class of 2019. Both served in the United States Armed Forces and were valued members of our community. As we observe this moment of silence, let us reflect on their lives, their achievements, and the impact they had on all who knew them. Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
And the band kicking us off here at Perry High School. The big matchup of the game tonight, the home Perry Pirates taking on the visiting Kirtland Hornets here on CVC TV. Matchup of 2 defending state champions in their respective divisions. Double A, we talked about it a little bit before we came on live for the pregame here. But Perry moving up a division. They're in Division 4 now. Of course, that's been Glenville's division up here in Northeast Ohio for a really long time here at this point. Trying to make some waves, make some statements as the home squad heads onto the field. You can see the rain not keeping away all the fans. They're definitely out tonight, but Perry got something to prove this year.
Yeah, they got something to prove in every game. The electricity for what they expect. We talked about it last year when this game happened, that the win last year with Perry was going to elevate their program. And it did. And again, they're in a tougher, they're in a higher division with Glenville and whatnot. And they'll focus on that when the time comes. But this game, the statement win from last year, when we were in Kirtland, to get that, the energy and the electricity here with this crowd, unreal here tonight.
It truly is. And if you're wondering, there's a lot of talk about this being the 32nd time we've seen state champs go head-to-head in the regular season. How about the overall series between these two teams? What does that look like? Since 1931, Perry has the edge. Believe it or not, they've won 35 times, only lost 27. There has been one tie. Don't expect to see that today, but nevertheless. Excited for this game, obviously, with two teams with a lot of talent. Kind of retooling a little bit, too, after last season. Lost some seniors on both sides. It's going to be fun to watch as we're nearing the first kickoff here.
Well, I think with this game, I think what's going to be interesting, it's our job to really hype this game up. We know how important this game is in the span of a regular season. The key for both of these coaching staffs, to be perfectly honest, is who can remain calm at this stage here. You already know what you need to do. It's who can lock in on their assignments and not get overwhelmed by the energy, as I know we do have some late arriving fans coming in with this weather, but who can lock in and take care of their responsibilities.
So it is going to be the home Perry Pirates kicking off to Kirtland. Kirtland won the toss, elected to receive the ball. So offense trying to make a statement. Remember last year they came out the opening drive, long drive for Kirtland, got down inside the red zone, inside the 10-yard line, and couldn't get the job done down there.
Very abnormal for them.
Very strange.
And everyone has said that to this point. Like, what happened last year?
Well, this year, right now, 65 degrees. Heavy rain here at Perry High School for kickoff at 7:07 this evening. And we are moments away from the opening kick here in Perry, Ohio. That ball going to trickle all the way back and go through the back of the end zone. The ball will come out to the 20, and that's where the visiting Kirtland Hornets and quarterback Jake Laverty will take over. 545 rushing yards already on the season for the quarterback in just 2 games, including 340 plus in the game against Dalton in week 1. He's got a fistful of touchdowns on the ground as well, too, Double A to this point. He's been fantastic on the ground.
Yeah, he has been, but they're going to have to contend with the speed of this Perry defense and really, really take full advantage of control of this game up front from play number 1.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Ball on the 20. Carrying the left side. Big one down to the 30 before eventually being taken down. Great run there for Kirtland. Good start for Tyler Turk. And he'll move the chains.
And that was, again, not suspecting that he was going to take the misdirection there. Perry pursued. And again, when you have a speedy defense like Perry, how do you defend it or go against it? Misdirections and counters.
I'll tell you what, it's always hard to follow when you're calling a Kirtland offense because you never know where the ball is going to be. Already going to hand on left side. That's Alfieri with the carry. He's going to try to break to the left, and a great job by Perry's defense to stuff him after maybe a small gain, but they're going to say none. So it's going to be 2nd and long.
And again, at first glance, the linebackers, they're going to slash. They're going to really, really attack. And it's going to start for Perry with number 44, Owen McCoon, who you're going to hear a ton offensively, but his defense is stud, and he's going to lead this defense.
McCoon, one of the leaders. Coach Gatsevich told us pregame needs to step up to make plays. Handoff on the right side, breaking through back in, and a solid job by the Perry defense. And to stop Turk, who tried to find a hole after getting that end-around carry. Got a decent chunk. It's going to bring up 3rd manageable for the Hornets.
I love the tackle. I love that tackle. That open field tackle right there. And to do it in this weather, like you're going to really be tested. Arms wrapping around, because if you try to get like style points, you're going to slip off.
3rd and 4 on the way for the Kirtland Hornets, trying to put together a solid opening drive. Again, hand on the inside, brought through, huge tackle, ball's on the ground. We'll see where it's going. Perry thinks they have it, and it is Pirate football. Oh, I'll tell you what, he turned the corner to Turk, and great hit on the inside. So you see the carry there, Double A.
Yeah, so watch that. Oh, that booming hit right there. Solid tackle. That ball went, just aimed right for the football. I'm not 100% sure who actually made that tackle.
I think Joey Baldry got inside and knocked the ball out, Double A. 53 in the red and white, and huge play for Perry. They got the possession now on Kirtland's side of the field.
That's the type of start you do not want if you're Kirtland at all. Trying to get the stigma off of what happened last year. How will they respond defensively?
And now Walter Moses, the senior quarterback, 3rd year officially full-time starter, as McCoon gets the ball at the middle and gets a short gain. Off a great defensive stand for Perry, forcing the fumble and turnover. Gain of 2 for McCoon, 2nd and 8 coming.
So it's going to be important for these linebackers and for the D-line, this front 7, to really, really, really attack. Perry wants to run the football too. They want to really establish McCoon. But with that being said, there's going to be some islands with the corners and safeties.
Gotta watch out for the speed too. Luke Savon, Darion Howard and company as McCoon gets a carry again, spun down on the outside. Solid tackle out there for Casey Karkoff, who we'll hear his name a few times tonight as well.
Yeah, we will. And he's going to need all that speed here. So how quickly this situation has played itself out. 2 quick plays, and now a 3rd and 4 here coming up.
And Perry trying to capitalize on the forced turnover, a fumble from Kirtland on their first possession. They receive the ball, and the Pirates get it right back as we're already 3 minutes into this first quarter, and the Pirates threatening. Moses going to hand, breaking through, great run, and trying to get down right near before the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or 2 short. That was Darion Howard, who finds himself just maybe a yard, maybe a little bit longer than a yard away from that first down marker, and I imagine 4 down territory, Double A.
Yeah, you're at that point there to do some things here, but it was a good run by Howard. But again, the defense did a great job identifying their keys, getting right to the point of attack.
Is there hesitation to throw the ball for both sides because of the weather conditions tonight too? Obviously wet, slick down there. We came down, talked to the coaches, it kind of let up a little bit, but obviously the heavy rain's continuing.
Yeah, you saw it even during the national anthem.
Moses going in motion, direct snap to McCoon. He's going to run up the middle, try to push through. That's going to be close, Double A. That's right near the line of scrimmage. Kirtland may think they got the stop. We're going to see what the official ruling is. I think it's going to be a turnover on downs.
I believe so too,
wow,
Kyle.
What a stop. Moses goes in motion. McCoon keeps the ball, and he gets stuffed by the Kirtland D-line. The Hornets, they avoided disaster after that fumble. They get a turnover on downs, and the offense will come back out now for Kirtland.
How about the chess match there between the 2 coaching staffs and this go-around? Tiger Laverty, his defensive staff, identified it, saw it, and the players took full advantage. Got the turnover on downs after the fumble on short field.
Again, just trying to stay with a positive mindset. We talk about Kirtland being wired differently than a lot of teams here in Northeast Ohio. 1st and 10 on their own 28. Remember, telling those first 2 drives didn't happen. Carry left side. Laverty keeps it. He breaks through. Laverty has room to run. Jake Laverty cuts down the middle. He's inside the 30. Ball comes down.
Oh,
ball comes down. It's recovered by Perry.
You have got to be kidding me.
Oh, my goodness. Armani Cipollone with an amazing recovery.
And what a strip, Kyle. What a strip.
Let's watch this play, Double A. Let's watch it all the way through because Laverty did a great job selling the fake. 2 different fakes. Then he keeps it himself.
Yeah,
finds the hole, and he's gone.
And the linebackers got sealed in, Kyle.
No.
But this is what you do. You strip that ball. What a response.
Luke Savon, who we know obviously makes great plays, receiving the football, was a big factor in last year's game. This time defensively saves a huge touchdown, and Perry gets the ball back inside their own 10.
Not only do you not give up the touchdown, but you take the possession away. 2 Kirtland drives, 2 turnovers.
Unbelievable. 2 fumbles already in this first quarter. Carry on the right side. Howard puts his shoulder down and gets a gain of about 5.
So if this weather, if you don't think rain and weather has any influence on slippery footballs, especially at this level, already a difference maker. 4.5 minutes into this football game.
We've seen Jake Laverty do that all season long, just so far, find a way to break through and get some big rushes, and he thought maybe he had 6 points there, but a great job by Savon to track him down and force that ball out. And again, back and forth, kind of like last season AA. Some interesting play, turnover on downs, couple turnovers early. Who's going to capitalize and get those first points?
And people bring up last year's game. If you just look at the final score, you missed the whole story of that game. It was a really, really close game until the very end.
Handoff again inside. Not much going for the Pirates. Looks like that was Howard again, who got maybe a yard or two on that carry, going to bring up 3rd and short.
Who's going to take a chance and throw the football in these conditions?
Tell you what, it's been 6 rushes so far for Perry, and on the other side, we know Kirtland obviously loves to run the football, and for all intents and purposes, right now, Kirtland had to feel good about that, breaking Jake Laverty through. Just got to hold on to that football. It's tough in these conditions, but at this point, we're talking about the magnitude of this game and what it can do for your season. You want to win this one.
Well, so far to this point, Perry, no first downs to this point.
Yeah, trying to push it through now. Moses is going to keep the ball, running himself, trying to get through, and he gets tackled. Great job in the open field by Laverty, who comes in and makes the stop, and that's going to bring up 4th down. We talked about Moses having to convert with his legs. He gets maybe halfway there, gets 2 yards, and now decision time again for Coach Gesevich. I imagine we didn't see a punt all last season, but this may be the time to bring out the punt unit if you're going to do it. And, of course, I'm eating my words as Moses comes back out on the field.
First of all, a very strange stat, by the way, which I completely forgot about from last year's game.
In a 24-6 game, you'd think there'd be some punts, but no. And right now, Moses lining up in that shotgun so far.
This is risky, doing it at this end of the field, unless it's going to be a punt here.
He's stepping back, and Moses will punt that football, and there is no one back to return it. It's a booming punt. It's going to get a decent bounce, and it will roll Perry's way inside the 35, down to the 34, and that's where it will stop. Doesn't hurt when Moses can punt the ball away, too. Great to see that. Also remind you of our presenting sponsor for CVC TV. It's the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties including dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to thank and ask you, too, if you got a tree emergency or need an expert tree care, call Taz Tree Service at 440-567-0962. With over 25 years of experience, they specialize in tree removal, trimming, stump grinding, and more. Fully insured team offers swift responses and affordable pricing. Ensuring peace of mind, top-notch service. Visit ChagrinFallsTreeRemovalServices.com to book your appointment today. Taz Tree Service, dependable, professional, and ready to meet all your tree care needs. Might need him after the storm rolls through.
Yeah.
First down handoff. Laverty hands it off left side, pushing through towards the middle of the field. Solid run there for number 37 for in Kirtland, Danny Alfieri. That may sound familiar last year, of course. His brother was a receiver for the squad.
Yeah, and real quick, so that big run, I know led to the fumble, but the setup for that big run, the linebackers got sealed in, trying to figure out who had the football. If you second guess, it's going to be too late, but great job with the offensive line sealing the linebackers on the big run in the previous drive.
And again, it's just the misdirection of this Kirtland offense. You never know really truly has the ball until maybe it's too late as Laverty's going to turn. That ball's dropped again. Perry jumped down there. I think it was recovered by the Hornets. Looks like Laverty maybe lost that in the transition handoff to Alfieri on that fake, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. It was almost a 3rd fumble there, AA.
Craziness. And Perry, you see the speed defensively. You see it across the board. The misdirections have to happen quick, Kyle.
They do, and trying to hold on to that football, AA, especially if you get in the open field like Laverty did. You got to make sure you have those hands on the ball. Handoff inside. And again, just not much room for Alfieri. He does fall forward, which is good. That's going to bring up 4th down and maybe 2 or a long 3. And again, decision time here for Kirtland.
But you know what, that second effort, I thought he was down like a few yards shorter than that.
Good push at the end there.
That push opens things up for Kirtland for their 4th down situation, which I fully believe they'll go for it here.
Yeah, call it around 2 yards, 4th and 2, as the clock continues to tick down, under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Both teams stalemate at this point. Couple turnovers from Kirtland. Perry's not been able to get a first down yet. Almost jumped, and there comes the flag. And I believe if Perry did go offside there, this should be 5 yards and a first down for the Hornets. And there we go. The ball going to move forward. They needed 2. They get 5, and that's an automatic first down for Kirtland. On a 4th down and 2, that's a tough penalty for Perry.
And guess what? That's second effort yards from the previous, play. It would have been 4th and short after the penalty. So there you go. Conversion on 4th down, unofficial.
So Kirtland gets to keep the ball and stay alive here as they're near midfield. 1st and 10 on their own 48. Laverty going to hand off inside. Good second effort there, too, again, from Alfieri, just trying to push through. He's going to get about 4 to 5 yards on that carry.
And that's what you've been seeing here is just getting those second effort yards. It all adds up, too. This game where do we have any passing attempts so far?
No.
None. So,
it may stay like that for a little while longer.
Could.
Just want to point that out.
So get those second effort yards any way you can.
Can you imagine if it was raining like this in end of October, early November?
Man.
You're wearing a parka up here. I'm in the booth. Looks like Laverty's going to keep it, roll out to the left side, and he's going to get that first down and more. Jake Laverty still on his feet and goes out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. Solid run of 11 for Jake Laverty.
And the muscle, too. You see the strength there. He's talking with his dad, head coach Tiger Laverty there on the top. But getting that strength, the misdirection right there up top, getting the first down.
It's the speed and the size that Jake Laverty has, of course, still a junior quarterback. More room to grow and improve.
That's the tricky thing. When you watch him, it doesn't look like, decent size and whatnot. But the dude has strength and has the size. It may not show off on the TV, but he has it.
And Coach is already talking about the willingness to get in the weight room, get stronger, improve despite winning everything. As Laverty will hand the left side, Alfieri working down the middle, and he gets stuffed. Huge tackle on the inside by Perry. That was McCoon who got in and made the stop, and we talked about hearing his name a few times tonight. No surprise there.
He forced his way in there, too.
Oh, man.
Right? He identified the guard and slipped in there and made the play.
They're going to give Alfieri 3 yards, and he had to work very, very hard to get those 3, as it's now going to be 2nd and 7.
A little quick observation about Jake Laverty. Compared to last year, these are kids. Everybody grows year to year.
He has grown.
Like he is significantly taller.
Think about kids in high school, man. They just had to hit the growth spurt, and there you go. As Laverty's going to hand over on the left side. Good move through, breaking down near the first down marker. Again, that was a solid carry on the inside. Like that was a John Silvestro, 6-foot junior.
And you notice the depth, Kyle, with both of these teams. You're going to see multiple rotations on both sides. Both of these teams pretty loaded as far as rosters and whatnot. And it has helped them play 15, 16 games and win state championships.
I'm going to say Silvestro is actually down a yard short, so it is 3rd and short. Laverty turns, hands, inside. Run through, and again, Perry gets him, but, man, that's right past the first down marker. I think Silvestro had it. They're going to give him the first down.
Yeah, forward progress, moving the chains, and that's how tricky those plays are. With Kirtland, they know, and they want to stack up their line. And we're kind of seeing it now that they're stacking it up to kind of counterbalance Perry's speed. And you do enough of that, and they have some athleticism, Kirtland, on their own. You do enough of that, you'll get the necessary yards for the first down.
Clock ticking down. We have almost a minute to go in this first quarter, in this fast-moving first quarter with a lot of excitement, some big plays, turnovers, and Kirtland now driving down the field methodically. This is Kirtland football like we've seen. And Laverty going to keep the ball left side, tries to break through, still moving forward inside the 20, down to about the 19. Solid run of about 9 for Jake Laverty.
Well, in the recent history of this matchup, Kirtland's efforts from 20 to 20 has not been the problem.
It's been inside the red zone.
It's been the red zone. It's been what can they do here? That was the issue in last year's game. And Perry really pressed here. Wonder if we will see, again, Kirtland kind of seal things and try to get a big chunk of yards on the ground.
So last play of the first quarter coming here as the game clock hits under 10 seconds. There's still 20 seconds on the actual game clock. Laverty going to take the snap. And inside Alfieri trying to bust through and trying to get that first down to go into the second quarter. He's right at the line. I think they are got a motion for the first. Clock will stop just for a moment. And it's going to roll out. Alfieri gets that first down, and that's how we end the first quarter. The score, well, you see it on the screen, 0-0. Here in your CVC TV game of the week, Kirtland, Perry, scoreless in that first quarter. Not a lot to say when it comes to points, but definitely a lot of action. They also remind you see the rain out there, and of course that can mean some flooding or some emergencies. If you're dealing with a sewer or drain emergency, don't wait. Call Sewer Cleaning Company at 440-290-6055 for 24/7 service. With over 500 five-star reviews, they provide expert sewer and draining cleaning, camera inspection, storm drain repair, and more. You can trust their honest and transparent services to get your home back in order. Visit sewercleaningcompany.com for more details and to schedule your appointment today. That's sewercleaningcompany.com. Your local sewer and drain experts. First team customers receive a free video drain inspection.
Thank you for your support of this
Well, definitely entertaining first quarter, man. It was a lot to say, obviously, with not a lot of points to show for it, but still, both teams going back and forth. Kirtland now playing Kirtland football again, holding on to that ball, not losing in this past drive. Long drive down the field, AA. They have a chance to try and get the first points of the game as we start the second quarter.
So let me ask you this. So Kirtland's given up the ball twice. Perry, however, has not had a first down yet offensively.
Not really playing, again, we talked about Perry, obviously has passing as an identity for this team. Now, we know they run the ball extremely well, too, but no pass attempts in 2 drives for Walter Moses. I mean, is that a factor? Is that maybe why you're not? Because Kirtland is playing that run so tough, not being able to throw that football because of the conditions, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, Kirtland's going to give you opportunities. You know, the receivers are lined up man-to-man, so there'll be some opportunities.
I'd imagine we'll see Moses throw the ball at some point here in the second quarter when Perry gets the ball back, but Kirtland, in the meantime, threatening to try and get into the end zone for the first time today. 1st and 10 on the 16. Laverty going to hand up off the middle.
Alfieri over the left side.
Alfieri gets about a handful of yards there. Going to bring up 2nd down and manageable.
See, it was very believable that Laverty would keep the football on the rollout and go, but a good read there. But what's happening here, Kirtland is getting 4, 5, 6 yards a pop. And we've had games in the past this season where offenses who do this in the long run are very successful.
And just draining away the clock, too, holding on to that possession, keeping high-powered Perry's offense on the sideline.
Keep them grounded.
Exactly right. Laverty pitches. Good cut through, trying to break into the end zone and falls just short inside the 5-yard line. Good carry there by Tyler Turk, who got the pitch on the inside, used the blockers, and got down to, say, about the 5-yard line.
First time Turk has gone the opposite, has gone the right side of the field. You know, in the first quarter, he was going the left side of the field with that play. But that play sneaks up on you. It really does. Like, you're trying to play the run straight up the gut, but that's a good way to counteract the Perry defense.
1st and goal now from the 4-yard line is Kirtland early in the second quarter, threatening to get into the end zone. Laverty going to keep it himself. Roll out to the left. He's got 1 minute. He tries to turn the corner, and he's just close. We're going to see what they say. I thought he was out at the 1, and that's where they're going to mark him. Couldn't extend the football because of the pressure from Perry. So, again, Laverty gets 3 yards, needed 4 for Pater.
So far, still deadlocked, right? Still, you know, it's one of those mental hurdles. Like, Kirtland, you just got to get in the end zone. Just get in there. You know, really, really do it, but
I almost wonder, Laverty would just outstretch that right arm, try to get that ball over that pylon before he went out of bounds. But again, great job by the Perry defense to close the gap on the speedy Laverty on the outside.
And it's tough with that angle, too, because if you put the ball in the wrong place, that can be stripped out of your hands.
And we've already seen a couple fumbles in this first half as Laverty turns hands. Alfieri goes inside, takes a hit, and scores. Danny Alfieri in for 6 points. Kirtland gets the job done in the red zone, and they lead 6-0 over Perry here on CVC TV.
That was a phenomenal run, just a great power run right up there in the gut. Look at the man, just got right in there.
McCoon hit him pretty hard, too. I'll tell you what.
Just slipped right in. Yeah, he earned that 1-yard touchdown. He really did.
Solid job now as the extra point from Xavier Lasecki on the way. Snap good, hold down, kick on the way, and it is good. So the score now 7-0, Kirtland leading Perry here on CVC TV. Hey, transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned and for over 36 years, they provided top-notch fence installation services across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Just call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or custom gates, trust the experts at R&T Fence Company to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution. Well, these two teams fencing with the weather tonight, AA, and now Kirtland has that 7-0 lead. They had a methodical drive down the field. How does Perry need to respond?
Well, they need to, you might be right, they need to find a way to go up top, trying to find a way to take advantage, because Kirtland is clear defensively. It's Operation McCoon. We're going to contain 44, and give that a shot. Not saying to abandon McCoon, obviously keep a balanced attack, but maybe surprise Kirtland a little bit on first down. Maybe go up top on first down.
It's been tough sledding so far for Perry's offense. A couple of drives where they have nothing to show for it. No first down yet for the home Pirates. Kickoff underway. Taking it from the 10. And trying to make a play, but just nowhere to go. Good job by Kirtland on the return defense.
Number 9. Ashburn with the return.
Again, Jimmy Ashburn just trying to find a spot in the middle of that field AA, but had nowhere to go. And Perry going to take over. Looks like I want to say from their own 24-yard line.
So let's see how Kirtland, how they align defensively. And there's going to be some opportunities again. Savon's right there at the bottom of the screen, number 1. It's basically all man. Watch the free safety too.
And Moses is going to throw away. He's got pressure on the outside. He lets through, tosses it up. It's caught. Spinning through, and there you go. It's a little bit of an offensive play, first pass of the game. Walter Moses with a good little flick pass. Great job. And finding Ashburn, who had the kick return, had nowhere really to go. This time he gets about 7-8 yards.
Smart play call, obviously, and to go up in the air on first down. And you see the development of Moses. Ashburn was probably the third option there, and he dumped right there to him after he could have went down with the sack.
And great job to step up in that pocket, get through, feel that pressure on his back, left side, and find the open receiver. Hand off McCoon up the middle, and again, great job by Kirtland just being right there, but McCoon got just enough for that first down. Needed 3, got 3.
It's their first down of the game, and they earned it, and see with the power of the pass, right? Because now it opens the door for McCoon to operate, and Kirtland has to respect the passing attack, which will lead to Perry opening things up on the ground.
Almost felt like maybe the first 2 drives, Perry was playing more of Kirtland's kind of offense, running the ball obviously, but now mixing in those passes like they can with 11 back there.
See, even here, more man.
Going to give that ball to McCoon up the middle. And again, great job by Kirtland's defense, maybe a yard if that on the carry. McCoon's got just 5 for 11 so far unofficially in this first half. And again, contained. Kirtland been ready. They had that report set up. They knew McCoon was going to get the ball tonight.
And they knew even from a year before, last year, we're not going to let him beat us. That's the mentality. Now, 44 is out of the game. McCoon's out. So we'll see what kind of attack Perry is going to bring here on this second down.
Yeah, look for 1 now, kind of in that trips right. He's in the middle. Luke Savon obviously going to be a target to keep an eye on. They're going to throw. There he is. Savon breaks through. He's got him. He's caught. Savon cuts back inside and down inside the 35-yard line. First down, Perry.
They was waiting for the ideal look right there. Good throw and catch. Oh, I thought the face mask was right there, but nonetheless, a first down. And Perry on the move.
Huge play right there. 35 yards to Savon. Someone called me Tony Romo at some point because I predicted that play before it happened, but that's fine. There are worse compliments to get than that. So here we go. Perry Now rolling on this draw. Handoff, McCoon up the middle. This time he's got some space. McCoon pushing through, and he'll get a gain of about 4 to 5 yards.
And now Perry is getting those big, second effort runs there. Again, defensively, if you give the offense, give defense a reason to respect you, they will open things up.
It's still a great ball. Maybe a tiny bit underthrown from Moses. Otherwise, he hits Savon in rhythm. We saw what he can do in the open field. He can take off. He's got the speed to get in for 6. But, again, you'll take that big chunk play. It's a great sign for Perry as they're starting to open the game up a little bit more throwing that football.
And a little bit slippery, too, with the field.
A great job to secure that catch in the first place. And I believe there's going to be a timeout. That one's going to come down from Perry. It's going to be their first of this first half. A chance to tell you about and ask you and tell you to stay comfortable year-round with air quality control, heating, and cooling. That's right. They've been serving Northeast Ohio for over 35 years and specialize in residential HVAC installation, repair, and maintenance. From air conditioning to heating, they handle it all. That's right. Need emergency services, too? Well, they can call them 24/7 at 216-531-5202. And just ask for Joe, or you can visit airqualitycontrolhvac.com for more information and to schedule your appointment. Trust the experts at Air Quality Control for reliable, top-quality HVAC solutions. That's airqualitycontrolhvac.com. Your comfort is their priority. All right, AA. Some positive momentum now for this Perry offense after Kirtland had a methodical drive to get 7 points on the board. Perry, though, knocking on the door, too.
Yeah, some confidence with the receivers. Of course, with Savon, he is a weapon, number one. Right there. Has the size, too. So he's right there, 6 foot even, 195-pound senior. Just the athleticism. Remember, he was number 6 last year.
Yeah, he switched up the numbers here.
Yeah.
Trying to throw us for a loop. Moses in the gun. With the pass again, he's feeling the pressure, throwing up top. He's got a receiver. It's in and out of the hands of number 2. Oh, my goodness. Armani Chapone had the ball in the end zone. And, man, just the slippery conditions. Great ball by Moses. Got hit as he threw and just couldn't bring it in.
Well, no one here feels worse than him about dropping that ball. But, good support by the team. Like, hey, we're still going to come back to you at some point. So obviously everybody knows a missed opportunity there. But don't be shocked if they go back to him.
And Chapone had that ball. Great job by Moses taking that shot, putting the ball right there where it needed to be. He's going to roll out to the left now on 3rd down and medium. He's going to go back to his right. Moses looking. He's going to throw. It is Chapone. This time he makes the catch. He'll be down at about the 25-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down and a couple of yards, and decision time again for Coach Gazovich.
We'll see what they decide to do. Should they go that route?
I imagine this is 4-down territory, AA. You're inside the 30. You trust the offense. You trust your senior quarterback to make a play.
Coach Laverty on the other side telling his fans over at Kirtland, let's go.
Make some noise, yeah. As Moses will come out. And here comes the offense.
Play clock's at 5, Kyle.
Got to get a playoff here. Rolling through, and they're going to call, I believe, a delay of game. No timeout called by Coach Getchevitz on the sideline. No, they're going to call false start.
Yeah, it was.
It's 5 yards, move it back. So 4th and 3 turns to 4th and 8 here. And this is a tough call. Just for an offensive play caller in general, I'd still imagine you're going to go for this here, AA. But
of course.
Obviously, the playbook gets a little bit thinner when you're talking about getting 8 yards instead of getting 3.
Well, but you know what, though? Senior leadership, you want to elevate yourself. And, we talked about how Division IV is a little bit tougher.
Nope.
Senior quarterback, make the play.
We've seen the pass game really open things up. It's 5 wide here for Walter Moses by himself. And a timeout looks like it's going to be called by Kirtland. Some chess being played by the Hornets.
This is a chess match, Kyle. Absolutely.
And we're going to have to see what happens after a bit of a pause here on the timeout ends. Chance to talk to you. Hey, are you looking to sell your home? Let Woodlake Realty help you make the move and save big while you're at it right now for a limited time. Mention this ad and get your house listed for only 1.5%. It's one of the lowest rates in the market. That's expert service, full exposure, and more money in your pocket. Don't wait. Call Woodlake Realty today and let them make selling your home a breeze. Remember, just mention this ad for a special 1.5% listing offer. Woodlake Realty, where your move matters. That's www.woodlakere.com. All right. Kirtland calling the timeout. About halfway through this second quarter as we work through this first half, AA, and big play coming up for the Perry Pirates.
Yeah, it will be. But, again, go back up top. I love the coaching matchups here. It's going to be fun.
Howard McCoon on the hips of Moses. Drops back, throws, middle. It's caught. Savon, big hit.
Wow.
It's right at the line. That's going to be close, and I think he's going to be short. Oh, what a hit by Kirtland. Late flag comes in. There may be some targeting involved here. We're going to see what happens. Defenseless receiver. There's a lot of different things we can get.
I will hope that's not the penalty, just because I thought that was a very, very solid tackle.
We'll see what it was. And it is. It's going to be on Kirtland. I don't know if we can get that replay up.
Let's see here with the throw.
Oh, very low hit, but that looked clean. And I believe Kirtland's going to get the ball. Yeah, so it was a dead ball foul, so Kirtland should get the football. So it's still going to be a turnover on downs, but they're going to move back from the previous play. So Kirtland's going to have to start at their own about 10-yard line. So it's still going to be Hornet football here. But again, foul after the play on a great hit.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, Jack Lessick came in as a linebacker and made a huge stop because Savone had running room if he could get past that one tackle. So Kirtland with a huge stop. They can only afford to give up 7 yards. They give up exactly 7, and now the offense is back on the field. Laverty under center. And that ball's down again. It's free. It's picked up. And McCoon goes in. McCoon goes in. The third fumble of the first half for Kirtland leads to 6 points for the Perry Pirates. Owen McCoon, right place, right time.
They never got control of the football.
7-yard return. And McCoon walks in for 6, and an extra point can tie the ball game.
A wet football, an unclean handoff, turnover, 6 points on the board for Perry.
Unbelievable. Third fumble of this first half. Extra point is up, and it is good, and we have got a tie ball game.
Unreal.
Centerpiece here on your CVC TV Game of the Week, and man, doesn't it feel like it. Wait, Greeny Sports Cards' next card show is tomorrow. That's right, September 7th at the Woodside Event Center in Broadview Heights. It's the fastest growing show in Northeast Ohio. All their show dates are on the website, greenysportscards.com. And click the card show tab at the top. That's greenysportscards.com to learn more. Also want to thank the presenting sponsor for CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Well, how about that?
Unreal.
All the big plays on offense, but it's been 3 fumbles in the first half for Kirtland. This time, they couldn't get away with it. Perry gets on the board.
Every time we watch Perry football, we're always, the offense is always the story. Every time we leave here, it's like, you know what? Their defense is actually pretty good. And I'm not kidding. Every time we cover a Perry football game.
The kickoff is underway. That one's high and arcing and going to go back, and it's going to be returned by Kirtland deep on the 1-yard line. Turning upfield and eventually brought down just inside the 25. And for the Hornets, that was number 5, Xander Perko.
Well, can Kirtland get a clean handoff? And that's
the big question right now, AA. The rain seems like maybe it's been letting up a little bit as we've moved through the second quarter, but still coming down fairly steadily to this point. But
after a while, you're just soaked, right?
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you try to get the towels out, you try to make sure you stay dry, but it's tough out there. and Kirtland has been feeling it with turnovers.
It was exactly the opening Perry needed.
And first down and 10. Hand off Lessick. He'll work right side. Breaks through. Still pushing forward. And Lessick gets down after a gain of about 6 to 7 yards. Good carry there by Lessick.
So if we're doing a little bit of comparison between this game and last year's game at Kirtland, remember when Perry scored, they went for 2 every time. And now going shot for shot, extra point, and now you got a 7-all football game.
Crazy turn of events. Never would have been able to tell me 3 turnovers for Kirtland in the first half, and it's still only a 7-7 game. Perry had struggled on the offensive end, found some room to work with that last drive, but came up short.
Perry couldn't get a first down for a long time.
They really couldn't. As now Alfieri gets to carry on the right side. He's going to bust through for a first down past the 35 down to about the 36, 37-yard line.
And you could tell he's going to be one of those guys. You know, we've always been impressed with him every time he carries the football. And it's going to be more of him. It's going to be more of him. Wonder how much we'll see of Turk as well, as carrying the football.
Yeah, they combined at 14 carries for over 55 yards tonight. 2 of the bruisers out there trying to make plays through those tackles. So it's first and 10 for Kirtland on their own 36. We're about 5 minutes to go in this first half. Tie ball game, 7 apiece. Lessick gets the handoff right side. He breaks through. Lessick pushing through, gets the first down. Past midfield. I should say right at midfield.
And the best thing he did, Kyle,
hold on to the football.
Hold on to the football. You see how you tucked in? Tuck that in.
We have to bring it up. We've seen a bunch of balls hit the deck so far in this first half, and Kirtland now playing Kirtland football, moving that ball, running it, fighting different players.
It's also a lot cooler out here too.
65 at kickoff, and kind of slowly chilling out. Expecting lows to maybe get into the 40s tonight. He's already going to hand off out the middle. Another big run.
The blocking, amazing.
Alfieri found a good hole there and got about 9, almost 10 full yards.
Yeah, solid blocking. You see how hard hitting the blocking has been for Kirtland. And this is the type of drive they needed. Just get back to their roots, run right up the gut. Might see the misdirection now on this play, but go right up the gut, impose your physicality.
Second and short, Laverde under center. And he's going to hand off to Alfieri, who gets a gain of about 5-6 more yards. Flag comes in late. Some more extracurricular activity. We'll see what the official flag. Last time after the play it was on Kirtland. We'll see where this one goes. That was a big deal. It backed the Hornets up inside their own 10. This time, momentum on this drive. Where are we going? They're going to call face mask on Perry. They're going to say a 15-yard penalty, and that's huge for the Hornets. That ball going to move forward. They already had the first down there and add 15 more to it.
Yeah, you don't want to assist Kirtland. They don't need any extra help moving down the field. It's just playing a clean football game. Both coaching staffs are going to focus on that at halftime. I think that's going to be the top message. We need to play a clean football game and not give the other team an opportunity.
No, ball going to get moved to the 25-yard line of Perry. Kirtland on the move. Laverty going to keep it. Right side, he found a hole, turns the corner, and he gets brought down after a gain of about 5. Solid tackle there on the outside. That was Vince Tomasic who got to the corner, and he didn't make that stop because we know when Laverty hits those edges, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, it can, but it's starting to become dangerous right now, though, because the offensive line for this Kirtland team is really, really putting it on this drive. And it's really showing because these are, again, 5-6 yard carries.
Second down and 6, just outside the red zone. They're ready to hand off. Alfieri breaks through. He tries to break through a tackle and gets down to about the 10-yard line. Great job by Alfieri. He's heating up on this drive, 11 yards and a first down for Kirtland.
So if I played you in Madden and I had a stud offensive line and I just ran dive, ISO, right up the gut, and you couldn't stop it, would you throw your controller?
I don't want to talk about how I rage quit during our game of the week. But it's very possible.
Yes.
It's very possible. It's tough to stop. We talk about, too, it's methodical. Kirtland's offense is very just, you almost know what to expect. You just don't know who you're expecting it from. This time Alfieri going to get that carry back up the middle, cut inside down to about the 6, so that's 5 more yards. They can still get a first down before scoring here. It was 1st and 10 from the 11.
And that's actually a very important detail, Kyle, because that's more clock coming off the board for potentially Perry to get one more possession before halftime.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go in this first half. And again, Kirtland trying to wear down the Perry Pirates defense, hold the ball for as long as they can, and score before we head into the halftime break.
Yeah, they definitely have the opportunity now coming out of the huddle.
2nd and 6 on the 7. Double A mentioned, first down can happen. Turk again takes that pitch. He cuts inside. He gets in for 6. Great cut through the middle. Tyler Turk finds his way into the end zone, and Kirtland responds after Perry returns a fumble for a touchdown. They score again on offense. 13-7 Hornets.
Great run by that young man. 5'7", 170 pounds. Hard to even see him in the backfield. Look at that. It's like, wait a minute, where did he come from? And that was, again, after dive, ISO, dive, ISO, dive, ISO. And then you have Turk coming in there.
Great job right there by Tyler Turk. He caught that play down there before as well and got stuffed short. This time he found his hole, made it inside, and scored. Extra point is up, and it is good. 14-7 the score with 1:38 to go in this first half. Kirtland retakes the lead here on CVC TV. Hey, Greeny Sports Cards is live every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock on their social media pages with exclusive hobby talk and interviews. Tune in and interact with them during the show. Search Greeny Sports Cards on all social media channels or find the links on their website. It's greenysportscards.com, spelled Greenie, sportscards.com. Well, Perry's got some time, Double A. 1:38 to go, a couple timeouts, and an opportunity maybe to make a big play or two and get right back in this game again.
And again, they had success in the air, on their previous drive. It's just, stalled out a little bit with the drop in the end zone. But they showed in that drive they could effectively move the ball down the field against this defense if they have a pass-first mentality.
Kirtland going to kick this ball back off with time on the clock.
I believe Perry can double up here.
They're going to get the ball to start the third quarter, so that's important. Line drive kick, and did he touch that ball? I don't know. That's going to be close.
I think he did.
Oh, no, that ball is going to be out of bounds then if he touched it. At the 5. Oh, no. Well, Perry's got...
difference of 30 yards.
That's huge.
Because that drive would have started at the 35.
Could have came off. And yeah, they're going to start on their own 5. Now, we've seen a 90-yard play in this rivalry. Just last year, Braden Richards took that in screenplay 93 yards for a touchdown.
And that was after a penalty.
It was. So we've seen huge plays before.
Yep.
We'll see if Walter Moses and company have something up their sleeves here. 1:38 to go in this first half on their own 5.
See what the safety decides to do.
Handoff up the middle. Howard breaks through. Lessick had to stop him. He was a bowling ball through. Gets about 7-8 yards on the carry.
And the guy who made the tackle, Lessick, is probably the most important player on this defense in this drive right now.
Offense now. Moses looking to pass. Healer was looking to go deep. 2 rolls out to his right. He's under pressure. He's going to have to turn the corner and keep it. Moses is going to get torn down. Big sack on the right side. I think he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. That's important. But the clock should still run here.
And it is. And it might have been off screen, but the key to that play again was the safety. Driving over the top because it took away the first option.
And Cameron Treadwell tracked down Walter Moses for no gain on the play. So here we go, 3rd down coming up. Talk about Moses and his ability to run the ball tonight. Only 2 carries for 2 yards. He's going to get some opportunities, though, because it looks like the rain is let up, at least for now. A man in motion. Saponi going to turn the right side, cut back upfield, push through, and he is going to have the first down at about the 19-yard line, but clock continues to tick. It should start actually when the ball gets placed here. Sorry, that was Ashner, by the way, who got that first down carry.
Yep, and both teams still have two timeouts, as you see on our score graphic.
And that is going to be a timeout taken by Perry. They'll have one remaining. So, again, getting out of the doldrums of your own end zone there, and now have a little bit of space to operate.
Oh, yeah.
And, again, you got to imagine number one's going to be one of those targets you look for here for a big play. Luke Savone, we know obviously what he can do on the outside, but decision time for Coach Getchevich, too. Do you try and make a big play here and take a big risk, or do you continue to maybe just run the ball underneath, short play, and hope one of the guys can break it out? If not, you obviously get the ball to start that third quarter, but I'm sure if you asked anybody on that Perry sideline, it'd be nice to start 14 apiece instead of down 14-7.
See how this play goes? This play coming up right here.
Right.
And if you can get 15 yards, then maybe you're on to something here. If not, just don't turn the ball over.
That's really important, right,
Yes.
too, with this Kirtland offense. You never know what can happen. The defense can make plays that make things easy for the Hornet offenses. Moses again in the shotgun. He's going to look to pass. Looking, stepping up. He's going to feel some pressure, and he's going to go down. Big sack for the Hornets.
Great coverage.
Casey Karkoff got inside. And the clock is going to roll down, and I think, Double-A, that should, for all intents and purposes, get us to halftime. Not a lot of pep in the step forward, and that's what we're going to do. We are going to go to halftime to score 14-7 as the Perry Pirates at home trail the Kirtland Hornets here on CVC TV. Thoughts in the first half, Double-A?
Great competitive championship level first half for both of these teams. You know, momentum swings, of course, with the fumble with Perry, but Kirtland playing their brand of football, something we did not see in this contest a year ago. Perry's going to have to, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to beat Kirtland playing Kirtland football, something that Kirtland was not able to do last year.
We'll see what happens, of course. We're going to take a break here on CVC TV, collect ourselves, and take a deep breath.
We got an interview coming up along with the marching bands.
Oh.
Yeah, we got an interview coming up after the break.
Do we?
We do.
I'm so glad you told me before the game started.
I did. We'll talk about it, but we have an interview coming up.
We're excited about that. We'll have that for you guys coming up to you. In the meantime, enjoy the bands. Back after this.
Think you have what it takes to be a sports broadcaster if you have a passion for sports. Ohio Media School can train you in just 8 short months to be an announcer, host, radio personality, and so much more. Get paid to talk sports, flexible class schedule, hands-on training and financial aid for those who qualify. Start your career now by visiting us online at beonair.com or call 3-112-884-8000.
Have you ever had an unwanted guest? No, not your ex, not your neighbor. I'm talking about an animal that belongs outside that you find inside your home. Well, guess what? Alpha Animal Removal will take care of all of that for you. From trapping and removal to animal damage repair to prevention screening and more. Alpha Animal Removal will ensure your unwelcome guest stays out. So the next time you need to trap or remove your unwanted wildlife guest, go to alpha-animal-removal.com. It is halftime here at Alumni Stadium, 14-7. Kirtland with the lead over Perry. Double Anthony Alfred back here with you. And here at halftime, we're going to hear from the bands in just a moment, but a special guest, big game. Of course, got to have the special guests and whatnot. And the assistant CVC commissioner here with want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Absolutely. Raquela Iwas, one of the assistant commissioners for the Chagrin Valley Conference.
You've been taking good care of Commissioner Don Lewis, right? He's
Absolutely.
been all good?
Yes, he needs a lot of taking care of. We got him under control.
Pretty big night for the conference
Yes.
to have this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome. The weather looks like it's kind of holding up for us now. It's been a lot of rain, the first half, but this is to have this matchup is so much fun. Battle of the rings, if you will.
Yes.
Right? 2 state champions coming off from last year. So this is a lot of fun.
Talk about like the atmosphere, like with the fans, and we're gonna get to the stuff that's going on with the CVC here in a sec. But just the atmosphere with the fans to have this game here in the Chagrin Valley Conference, really, really cool.
Yes, it's huge. I mean, Spectrum's here, game of the week. We're having a great time, and despite all of the rain, there are a ton of people here. It's a lot of fun. We're having a great time, and no one's letting a little bit of rain hold us down.
No, not at all. Now, I am told there's something, if I'm wrong, correct me, something involving like flag football and other things going on. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on right now. Our rookie tackle program takes off in the fall. We have so many, all of our schools participate. We have a ton of teams, and it's been really, really big for us. We have great support from the Cleveland Browns. They've been spectacular. Hannah Lee, all of the youth football organization on the Brown side have been instrumental in helping us, and our team does a really great job with that. We just kicked off, we ended actually in May. We have a lot of girls flag football teams that play.
Yeah.
Kirtland girls actually won the flag football championship in May at the Brown Stadium.
Wow.
And we had their matchup was against Berkshire, who's also in the CVC. So that was really fun. We're trying to grow that, help the Browns grow that, and it's become really, really popular in Northeast Ohio for girls flag football, and the CVC has really taken reign on that, and they've done a great job. So we're super excited to keep that growing and see how big it can get in our state.
Well, I'm a little jealous because I wish, when I was growing up, we had flag football. Of course, you only could do tackle football,
right.
and that was it. Have you seen you guys have been doing flag football for how long now?
This is our, I think, 3rd season, maybe a little bit longer.
Okay.
Perry has a team. They do a great job. Kirtland, Berkshire, a couple other CVC schools. So we're just trying to get more schools involved, becoming advocates for the girls to play, and the goal always is to make it a high school segment sport. So
that's phenomenal. I'll tell you, it's amazing just to see. And we've been hearing buzz about the Kirtland girls flag football team for a while, so that's really cool. Talk overall about just the state of the Chagrin Valley Conference. You got some new viewers tuning in to CVC TV for the first time. It's a great outlet to showcase the athletes throughout the multiple sports that we have. Talk a little bit to those who are new to CVC TV and new to the Chagrin Valley Conference, what this conference is all about.
Yeah, and I mean, this really showcases, a game like tonight about what the CVC is all about. We take great pride in the sports that all of our schools offer. Aside from Friday Night Lights, all of the sports, the main ones, and that we do a lot of things that aren't maybe normal for a conference. Off of the field too, and off of the courts, which I think is great. We are, in a couple weeks actually, we're running our 3rd season of, we partner with Empower Sports.
Oh, okay.
So a special needs program that really hones in on, taking the special needs participants and really combining them with just your regular athletes.
Okay.
So at Kirtland actually, in a couple weeks we are hosting an all-inclusive CVC event. Which is great. This is our third one in the fall that we're running. We bring in a bunch of participants, and we have schools, a handful of schools from the CVC that will bring student-athlete volunteers, and we just have basically a big field day. So it's an awesome event. Anyone can join. So if you're listening and you think it's like something that you would love to do or bring your school or anyone that you know, it's open to everybody. And it's a great opportunity for special needs students to kind of integrate with our student athletes and show them that they can be a part of everything that we're doing in the CVC. So it's not just the sports that we do. We have academic challenges, we host spelling bees, we have a cheerleading competition. We do a lot, and I think that that's what makes the Chagrin Valley Conference so unique and special. And we're top of the cream of the crop here.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. And anything that you want to know about the Chagrin Valley Conference, just head over to thechagrinvalleyconference.com, and it has all the information, things that we just chatted about tonight. But this is awesome. Really happy to be here, and thank you for having me on.
Thanks again. Really appreciate it. Of course, making things happen, of course, and a big game. Got some of the football players, too.
I know, on the band. That's awesome. They're all over the place here.
Real quick before I let you go, if people don't know, this conference, 5 counties in this conference. 24, 25, 26 teams in the conference. I mean, to be able to manage all of that, really, really cool. What's the priority as far as like the teams that is in this conference and really ensuring that all the teams, whether they're in Cuyahoga County or in Ashtabula County, are thriving?
I think that is something that we do really well. For me, I'm a West Side girl, and I'm out at Perry tonight. Like, it doesn't matter if you're, the furthest east, the furthest west. Everyone is involved. Everyone gets to do the same thing. Steve Hare and you guys do a great job with the CVC TV to make sure that we're covering everyone. It's not just a Perry versus Kirtland football game. We're out at basketball games. We're out at tennis matches. Steve does a great job of doing the media days before the season kicks off for all, fall, winter, spring.
Helps with our prep.
Right, yes, and you guys do so much, and it's spectacular. And like I said, I think that is what makes the CVC so special. Is we can be so big, but we make sure that we take care of our own and make sure everyone's in the spotlight.
All right, go back to Commissioner Lewis. Make sure he's staying out of trouble, of course.
I will try.
As always, doing a great job. All right, let's set it. Oh, the bands are coming right to us.
Perfect. I can hear. Yep, we hear them. They're killing it.
Oh man! All right, let's send it back down to the field.
All right.
The Kirtland band, and afterwards you'll hear from the Perry band. 14-7, Kirtland with the lead. Back with the second half in just a moment.
And now, presenting our show animation sensation, please welcome the Perry High School Marching Band. Songs from the Disney Pixar studio. The original Cars movie came out back in 2006 and featured many memorable hits, including The Big Race, Real Gone, Life is a Highway, and Route 66. We hope you like our opener, music from Cars. Japanese anime series Cowboy Bebop. It aired in TV Tokyo in 1998 through 1999 and was remade in 2021. This series is set in the year 2071 and follows the lives of the traveling crew of the spaceship Bebop. We hope you enjoy this thrilling hit. From the opening show credits, here's the band arrangement of Tank. How Far I'll Go was released with the movie in 2016 and was nominated for an Academy Award, Golden Globe, and won a Grammy Award for Best Song Written for a Visual Medium. The story tells of Moana's internal struggle with wanting to explore beyond the island reef while still loving and respecting her family and culture. Here is How Far I'll Go. direction of the our assistant director, Jeff Miller, and Beth Color Guard advisor, and a line, and neighborhood advisor, Deborah Smith. We hope you enjoy tonight's show, and we thank you for your applause and affection.
Welcome back, folks. Halftime here at Perry High School. The score 14-7. You see on your screen there, Kirtland on top of the home Pirates here on CVC TV. It's your game of the week. What a game it's been in that first half. Double-A back and forth in that first quarter. No score, but teams flipping the script there in the second quarter, able to get some points on the board. Kirtland, two very Kirtland-like drives, running that football consistently. They have yet to attempt a pass in this game. On the other side, it took Perry recovering one of those fumbles. There were three in that first half from Kirtland to get those 7 points on the board as the home Pirates make their way back onto the field. Double, your thoughts on that first half? It was really kind of back and forth and still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, we were talking about the matchup here in the booth with, various reporters and staff members here. And the first thing that pops out is like, well, tons of big moments. We talk about how this feels like a championship matchup, and obviously understandably so. But you're right, Kirtland in this game has been able to play Kirtland football, driving down the field. No pass attempts for Jake Laverty, all running the football with Laverty. You got Alfini in there, you got Turk in there. So they've been doing their best. Perry, defensively, the speed is there. We're both on the same page when we say, throw it up, throw it up. There are a ton of passing options. Kirtland is playing Perry they're playing man defense on the perimeter on the outside to contain Owen McCoon, which is fine, but take full advantage of that if you're Perry.
We've seen out of the multiple shots being taken by Walter Moses down the field, he has that one incompletion that was through the hands of his receiver in the end zone. For all intents and purposes, this should be a 14-14 game. It was raining at the time. Now the weather's starting to clear up a little bit. It's cool, but it's a nice kind of post-summer fall evening. Still pretty humid out there, good enough. And this is ideal conditions right now for Walter Moses to take over this football game.
Oh, yeah. I expect, Moses has been out here a little bit warming up, too, before the rest of the team came out. I expect for him to really show out here in the second half. Savon, number one, for him to show out here in the second half. So Perry has an opportunity. These fans, too. I mean, you want to get this W again this year, you got to do it in comeback fashion and bring the noise, bring the energy. So they're going to, I believe, start with the football on offense.
Remember last year, Perry pretty much led after they scored that first touchdown wire to wire. Now, as you mentioned, Double A, have to come from behind against one of the toughest teams to rattle, to mess with, to get under the skin in the entire state of Ohio, and the Kirtland Hornets. Coach Laverty told us, we heard it from the sideline before the game, listen, they've been here, they've done this, they've been in these kind of games for years and years and years, so it seems, better part of 2 decades. Now a great opportunity for Perry to prove, hey, listen, we moved up the division, we expect these kind of games, we expected Kirtland's best shot. How are we going to respond? Let's show you.
But, and we haven't talked about this storyline enough, but obviously if you're just joining us, the 32nd all-time matchup between defending champs here in the state of Ohio. The fact that both of these teams have state championship experience.
Yeah.
I mean, normal opportunities, normal things that we talk about in some of our other games do not apply here. They're going to be able to respond to adversity, and both teams have faced that in this game.
And again, we mentioned before, the rain has, at least for the time being, subsided. The chances obviously get less and less as we go through the evening. And that usually bodes well for a team looking to try and air out the ball, get some more yards, try and make some big plays. And we know that this Perry offense, averaging 42 points a game this year, has that ability to really get out there and make big plays. And just that first half you mentioned, Double-A, McCoon just couldn't get a lot going on in the run, but again, some big chunk plays got the offense kind of in a good rhythm as they kind of went through the end of that first half.
And it's not McCoon's fault. It was the game plan. Yeah. The game plan, I call it Operation Owen McCoon for the Kirtland defense. Contain him. He will not be the reason why Perry wins this game if you're Kirtland's defense, if you have a successful night.
Jimmy Ashburn and Luke Savon back to return the kick as Perry lost the opening coin toss. Kirtland took the ball first. 3 plays in, they fumbled. We went back and forth in that first quarter, and now the score is where it sits at 14-7. The Hornets going to kick off to the home Pirates to start this third frame. What has been a fantastic ball game, expecting a fantastic second half here on your CVC TV Game of the Week. Jake Laverty checking in on special teams, too. He's going to be one of the gunners on the right side of the field, on the far side of your screen.
His speed.
Yeah, you'd love to see that. Looks like he can get the ball off. Ashburn's going to get it at about his 10. Jimmy Ashburn, number 9, turning upfield. Cuts back through, and solid special teams by Kirtland. Flag comes in late on the back side of the play. Ashburn got that ball out to the 25-yard line, maybe a little bit past that.
We might have a block in the back coming up here.
Flag on the play.
That happened around the 30-yard line. Get the official ruling from the officials themselves.
Yes. Yes. Are you giving the official ruling?
I'm not that experienced, Double-A, but you are right on the money, blocking the back, and that's going to move the ball back. That's going to be inside the 20 down, I believe. That ball should get marked about the 17-yard line or so.
Man, I wouldn't even volunteer to ref a youth football game. Forget about it.
It's 1st and 10.
You need a kid. You need your Muni League. You need a ref. Don't come over here.
Moses going to pass right away. It's a quick screen, dump off through the left side, caught, pass the 20 down to the 22-yard line. Solid catch there through. It's Brody Petroselli who made the catch, his first of the night. And again, now we're going to see some more passing from this.
And you're going to see some receivers rotating in here. So you're going to see Ashburn's back in, of course. So watch some of those guys in the slot. Kirtland's defense. Are they going to finally respect the Perry's offensive attack and double up some of these receivers?
That space playing off. Chipone going to get that ball through his hands again, incomplete. Now remember, Chipone was the one in the first half. The ball slipped through his hands in the end zone. He had that ball filtered right in by Moses and couldn't control it. Tough night. We know it's slick. Even with the rain stop, it's still wet down there.
Well, right now, we always say with sports, sometimes your biggest battle is versus yourself, against yourself. The senior receiver, he's going to figure it out. He'll be fine.
And you trust your seniors out there. And speaking of which, senior quarterback Walter Moses, 3rd and 6 from zone 21, looking to pass. Moses looking, throwing. He's got a receiver that was through the hands again and incomplete. Oh, he had Ashburn. He was streaking down the middle of the field. Great move on the linebacker, Treadwell. And man, they just couldn't bring it in. And drop passes right now are killing this Perry Pirates offense.
It's tough. It's just tough sometimes. It's the battle between you and yourself. There's no analysis needed there. I mean,
that's
it's just
a tough break,
because
honestly.
It was a great route that he ran.
Very, very tough break as the punt unit is out for Perry. McCoy Richards, who also is the backup quarterback, will be back. He's going to punt that one away. Solid, straight up. And come down around midfield and take a Perry bounce. Out of bounds at about the 44-yard line And that is where Jake Laverty and company is going to get back out. And I'm sorry, McCoon actually punted that ball away. Because, he doesn't do enough.
No.
At this point, he's got to be the punter, too.
Got to have that big leg there.
No, we saw Moses punt in the first half as well. Remember, last year we were treated to no punts. We've got 2 in the game so far today.
Yeah, but, obviously Perry is thinking it should have been 1 because they thought they was going to have maybe a touchdown.
Talk about 2 maybe touchdowns because that great streak by Ashburn, he had no one in front of him at midfield where that ball just went in and out of the hands. And now again, Kirtland with great field possession. On their first possession, is Laverty's going to get the handoff. He's going to run right side. Paul handed it off to Laverty. He breaks through. Laverty still on his feet. First down on the other side of midfield, down to the 43-yard line.
So their strategy, Kirtland's like, hey, let's get Laverty out of space and just run the football.
So the backup quarterback, Paul, is the one that actually took the snap and handed off to Laverty. We've seen this during the season a little bit here early on.
Yeah, he's in the rotation, and this is where Kirtland's dangerous. Second half, they're going to utilize their depth and run you into submission.
Already back under center. Hands off inside the Alfieri, who just puts his head down. He's been the bruiser. He'll get about 4 yards. He's got 70 unofficially on 15 carries so far for Kirtland.
I am waiting to see Kirtland. I'm not complaining. I think they're doing everything well.
I want to see it pass, don't you?
No, I'm just saying I'm waiting. Well, maybe that too. You broke my cold there, man. Will we see Laverty, kind of pull out of there and run, kind of bootleg there on the outside?
Yeah, setting it up, you would think. And there it is. Laverty keeps it, but this time pressure on the outside. Great job. He still goes forward, though. Laverty, he was dead to rights, right at the line of scrimmage. He ends up getting 5-6 yards out of that play and near a first down.
That was an amazing run. Amazing run by Laverty because he was dead to rights. Let's take a look again. Right there. Oh, my goodness. How did he power through that?
That's phenomenal. You talk about the strength. Petroselli was back there and had him down, but just worked his way through. And now, again, 3rd and short, where it should be 3rd and long, essentially. That was supposed to be no gain. Well, now Kirtland's got a couple plays to work with here.
Well, Kyle, you also saw in that replay how Laverty was basically folded forward. And that's how their guys, and that's consistent through all the running backs for Kirtland, how they're getting extra yards. McCoon does it too with Perry. They go forward.
They always lean forward for the play. Alfieri going to put his head down and rush forward, and he's going to have enough for the first down. He only needed about a yard. He got 2 to 3. Alfieri's good for that. This will move the chains for Kirtland, and again, now it's part of that Kirtland Hornet offense, taking time off the clock. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep running. You keep getting first downs and putting more pressure on the defense.
Mindset-wise, I wonder where Perry's at right now, the players, because
can't let the offense affect the defense at this point. A couple opportunities have been left out there, but the defense still played fairly well to this point.
Yeah, but some of those guys are back out there. They play both sides of the ball. So you're right, Kyle. They got to stay in it.
Lesick and Alfieri in the backfield, but it's going to be Turk who gets the carry on that right side. We've seen that sweep a few times here as Turk gets a handful of yards.
That sweep was responsible for Kirtland's second touchdown.
It was. This time only 2 yards on the play. Turk with 6 carries for 30 yards unofficially, and that second touchdown for the Hornets.
And that was Perry's best defense against that play, because every other time in the first half when they ran that play, Kirtland has had huge success.
Just slow and methodical, letting the play clock roll down. Kirtland willing to take their time. Jake Laverty mastering this offense now. Almost got a jump on the Perry front. And that might be a false start. We'll see what the official call is.
I believe it will be.
The only bad thing about those hard counts, sometimes it gets your own lineman.
It does.
Laverty did a good job the first time, almost drew and Perry offsides, but this time it's the offense moving back. So Kirtland for the first time losing some momentum on offense. We've seen pretty consistent play from the offense after that turnover went into the end zone. That fumble recovery for McCoon. And now Kirtland's got to play from behind the 8 ball a little bit.
So what is it, 2nd and 13 now? If Kirtland only gains like 2 or 3 yards, I'm curious what they'll do on 3rd down.
See what happens. Laverty going to roll out to his right. He's going to step and pass the ball. He's going to throw. It's out of the reach of his receiver and incomplete. Working down that right sideline. First time we've seen Laverty throw that football.
Laverty's pass intended for Jack Lessick.
And that was Lessick on the right side who couldn't make the play.
So I indirectly predicted a passing play for 3rd down.
Well, you may have to do it again.
Which will probably happen now because you're right here, Kyle. This might be, I believe, the first time in this game where Kirtland's playing behind the sticks.
Yeah, 3rd and 13 on the way from there, or from the Perry 35-yard line. So again, decision time here. If you're Coach Laverty as well, we saw the kickers warming up from 20, 25 yards in the rain. So if you can get a chunk play here, 10 yards, maybe you give it a shot. Laverty going to step up. He is going to run a draw, breaking through. Laverty down to about the 30-yard line, so he gets about 5. So we're talking about 4th and 7, 8 yards here.
But great job by Perry's defense on the interior there to stay home. You know, that could have easily, there was an open there. There was an opening pathway. A great job by the defense staying home. They're going to have to do it again on this 4th down.
Yeah, 4th down and about 8 at the 30-yard line. This would be roughly like a 47-yard field goal, depending on where they spot the hole that they decided to kick that. But you don't see that too often in high school football. And now it's Max Paul again, under center.
Where's Laverty?
Laverty's in the backfield. He's the tailback in this play. He's going to take that pitch. Laverty goes left side. Big play for this defense for Perry. They stop Laverty. Huge play for the Pirates. Maybe a flag on the backside, maybe.
You want to know who made that big play too? I don't know.
So you told me there was a flag. I was looking.
No, I pointed up the one sign for Savon there because he identified where the point of attack was. He knew where Laverty was and went right after him.
There. Now again, the offense, can they build off this momentum? The defense is set.
And when you know, wait a minute, we have openings here. We just got to get out of our own way and just execute. That's what Perry's facing right now offensively.
Moses going to go under center here. And pitch out. Savon going to get that ball. Need to get him some touches as he works his way through. And he runs into a slew of tacklers. He'll get maybe a couple on the play, but getting the ball in number 1's hand going to be important on this offense.
Absolutely. And, you know, interesting play call, getting the end around, kind of moving the defense around a little bit side to side. But we're going to see what happens. See, too, how Kirtland is going to be able to lock down, see if they make adjustments, you know, even with their linebackers in the secondary.
Howard and McCoon on the hips of Walter Moses in that shotgun. He's going to run the option right side pitch out. Here comes McCoon. He breaks through, and again, great defense by Kirtland. Just not a lot there. Maybe a yard, if that, on the carry. Going to bring up 3rd and long.
You know, it was interesting, you know, in years past when we have Perry football games, one of their trademarks is the option play. Remember, though, they lost Richards last year to graduation along with Studio. That was those key rows there. That's what they did, and the offense has to replace that.
And Darian Howard going to hang on the left hip of Moses now. He's got 2 wide, right and left. Looking to pass. Walter Moses feeling the pressure. Going to roll out to his right. Looking, throwing. He's got a receiver. Comes back, and it's right there. We're going to see what they say. They're going to say incomplete. The ball hit the turf. Looking for his receiver. That was Chase Savon, who got down on the left side and right at the bottom of your screen almost made that play. Just tough ask for Walter Moses to throw that ball 30-plus yards down the field on the run, about to get hit. And that's going to bring up 4th and long, and it looks like the punt unit back out for the Pirates.
Had the pickup block there too to give Moses extra time, but just not able to make the catch.
Not a tough ask there too.
But so far the story, you know, right now, you know, the receivers, they're facing an internal battle at the moment.
Coon gonna punt this one away. That's a line drive kick. It's gonna go right in the hands of the ball. It's fumbled, done, still down. And it looks like a good job by Lessick, man. I tell you what, that ball hit the turf a lot tonight. I almost thought we were playing basketball at one moment there, but still, Lessig able to fall right on that and save the possession for Kirtland. That was a line drive kick by McCoon that was tough to field, and I thought maybe Lessig was going to get a running start with that catch, but he ended up bobbling it and luckily fell on it.
Speed. It is still raining outside, too. It is still raining. So you got a wet football, cold football, too, and line drive, man, dangerous play.
Kirtland going to retain possession now. They're going to put that on their own, roughly 37-yard line. Verdi. And hand off Alfieri, break right side. He's got some Alfieri spin down at around the 45-yard line. Solid run for Danny Alfieri again, just putting his head down, making some plays.
Drive, ISO, drive. That's ISO, drive, hand off. But that's what makes it work. You got big guys who's able to drive through, and they're doing a good job too because some of the defenders with Perry, they're trying. Savant's one of them, trying to rip the ball away. You tuck that football in, play fundamental football.
You just keep your base about you, too. You can usually get through some of those arm tackles or some of those attempted strips of the football as we have under 4.5 to go in this third quarter. And again, 14-7. We've remained scoreless in this frame. Laverty breaking right side. He's going to get caught, but again, just goes forward.
Amazing.
They're going to say maybe he was down short. I thought he fell forward to the first down, but he got brought down just before it. So give Jake Laverty a couple of yards there, and it's going to be third down and very short. And again, Laverty should have been losing 2 yards, maybe 3 on that play. He finds a way, as you mentioned Double A earlier in that third quarter, to lean forward and just keep pumping those feet. And he ends up gaining yards on that.
And I think his head had the first down, and the football is probably spotted where it should be. But you're 100% right. You know, just leaning forward and finding a way to get extra yards.
Third down and short. Laverty going to keep it himself. Break right side. He is met in the backfield. Great job by the defense. A host of tackles in there. Big number 0, Trent Taylor, though, working his way through outside linebacker, and he got in that backfield immediately. That time, Laverty goes backwards.
One of the rare times that Kirtland was not successful on the outside.
So the punt unit going to come out. Howard got in there as well, assisted with that tackle because usually it takes more than one person to bring down Jake Laverty.
True.
The exception there is,
you know, we was joking about Laverty's height. You know, how he has grown like year to year. You know, when we first watched Laverty, he used to be able to sneak underneath the center. Now he can't.
Yeah. Ball going to go back, Savant back there, and it's going to tail out of bounds around the 20-yard line or so. We'll see where the official spot goes, but great job by the Perry defense again, coming up with another big stop. Now the offense trying to get things moving.
Fans, we're in for something special. I mean, really, just looking at how this is playing out, you know, the great coaches talk about how, you know, every football game comes down to, what, 3 or 4 plays. You just don't know which ones. But
we talked about a couple of those drops that we saw from the Perry offense, too. A couple of touchdowns, essentially, off the board here. Talk about could be a 21-14 lead with the ball. Instead, you're down by 7 points and just trying to find some rhythm on offense.
There's opportunity. We're going to get an early timeout. Or
see what the official call is. Maybe a reset of the game ball. Yep, respotting. So no timeout, just moving the ball back. But, again, just a couple of opportunities.
Man-to-man coverage across the board.
A lot of space for the receivers, too, to move around. Throwing on first down. That pitch is to the outside. It's incomplete. Can't get brought in. Another drop pass on the outside. That was number 26, Greg Meckenbauer, with the sophomore. Couldn't bring it in.
Man, what can you do?
It's tough out there, man. And you talk about the rain now starting to pick up a little bit again. Ball's going to get slick once again, too, out there for the receivers for Perry. Seeing a couple different guys rotate in now, too, to try and catch the ball and make an impact. McCoon doesn't get the handoff. Looking, Moses throwing over the top. A lot of pressure. That's going to be incomplete. He was tied up. Zavon was double-teamed by a pair of Kirtland defenders. And they're going to go talk about this, about a possible penalty, but that ball was 10 yards beyond Zavon. I don't know if that's going to be a flag or not. And,
well, it has to be stopped.
You're almost waiting for something to come out, but there's a flag that comes in late.
Well, it has to be something because there was.
Okay, they're going to call holding on the defense.
That's a fair call because that was a physical, very physical defense on Savon.
That's going to be a penalty that will be an automatic first down. Defensive holding does that. We'll see where the ball gets placed now. Should be 10 yards, I believe, and it will be. So it's going to come to about the 34, 35-yard line. So the incomplete pass. But again, taking that shot down the field is Savon important. Handoff inside, McCoon trying to push through. And again, Kirtland's defense playing the run very well. McCoon does fight forward for a gain of about 4 to 5. One of his longer carries of the game so far.
But it's well documented right now that these receivers are within their own heads. They want to win this game tonight. One or two of these receivers are going to have to step up, because Moses needs somebody who he could trust out there to deliver the football. The openings are there. You just got to make the play.
So a double team for Savon, too, on that play. So they're going to put maybe 2 guys on him. It's going to leave one-on-one coverage. You can beat this team deep if you can make the play. Throwing Moses, caught, right side, first down. There you go, some positive momentum. And a little bit of success at the end there, too. Already
How about that?
You know what? That's honestly something you would expect to see. Listen, it's been a frustrating night for the receivers, for Perry. You want to see that positive. You want to see that momentum. You want to see a little bit of like, hey, you know what? Yeah, we got this. Let's go, first down. You appreciate that.
At the end of the day, and this is with everyone, whenever we have a timeout or injury timeout. But ultimately, we are tasked with analyzing high school kids. 14 to 18-year-old kids sometimes have bad days. You can't explain it. It just happens.
It does.
It's just how do you overcome it? And that's really what they're facing right now.
Just to remind you, too, about the presenting sponsor for CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Dr. Ski Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also, hey, have you ever had an unwanted guest in your home? No, not AA. How about an unwanted wildlife guest? Alpha Animal Removal is Northeast Ohio's #1 service for animal control. They even specialize in exclusion and humane removal of things like bats. Because believe it or not, we do get those in Northeast Ohio. If you need your wildlife guest to be safely trapped and removed, visit alphaanimalremoval.com. And I can't stress this enough, if AA is in your house, do not call Alpha Animal Removal. Just call the police because he should not be there.
Thank you for that public service announcement.
I got you, buddy. It goes for anyone that you don't know in your house, by the way.
Yeah.
You just happen to be the trial with that.
We have a development here, Kyle.
And that's Jake Laverty on the right side, moving up the field. Now, he is walking under his own power, but you talk about impact players in the game, and Laverty has over 100 yards rushing. Man, it's looking like maybe an ankle or foot or something along those lines.
Well, we'll see. Obviously, the trainers are going to be all over it. Max Paul, I believe.
Yeah, he is the backup quarterback. He took a few snaps when Laverty was playing as tailback, essentially, or on the outside as a wing back, but Laverty kind of limping over gingerly. It could be anything at this point, AA. We don't know for sure.
And let's be real, too, about Laverty's impact on defense as well.
Oh, huge
as
impact.
Starting outside linebacker, so that's going to be critical right now without having him on the field.
Yeah, very big deal. Going to rely on some other guys that have made plays on the offensive side, like Danny Alfieri and John Silvestro, that make plays on the defensive end. 1st and 10 for Perry in the meantime after the big play on their own 49. Moses looking, throwing outside high and incomplete. Oh, hit coming in late, low, but there's the flag, and it comes in from the back line judge. It was a high pass for Savon on the left side, top of your screen, and it was a late flag. But that should, if things stand the way it should go, against Kirtland.
We'll see.
Can't see any reason why it would be against the Pirates. We'll see what the official call is. Defenseless receiver being called by the officials down there. So that's a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to move Perry into Kirtland territory. Tell you what, we get the replay on that too. Tough to find that avenue.
Yeah.
Where what kind of qualifies as defenseless. He was up in the air trying to make a play. That ball was overthrown. And we're going to see here
let's
again.
Let's look at it here. Obviously a high.
That's tough. I mean, sweeping in underneath after the play's over, and because of the height of the ball and it was not playable, that was one of those things where.
But you know what? From the angle, I can understand. You know, in the rule book, player safety. You know.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances.
You got to call that.
Exactly.
I don't blame the officials for calling that.
No, not at all. Inside the 40-yard line now for Perry on 1st and 10. Handoff McCoon. He is brought down.
Great
Huge tackle right there.
Great hit.
Tyler Turk has made some plays on offense. He scored a touchdown. This time, big loss on a tackle by Turk.
Turk did a great job slipping right in there, identifying the play, and just going right in and making a solid tackle. Perfect angle, making a play.
And McCoon's struggles on the offensive end continue. Just 9 carries for 20 yards tonight for Owen McCoon. He does have the only 7 points, though, on the board, or 6, I should say, with that fumble return for a touchdown on defense. But offensively, McCoon, it's been the game plan for Kirtland. Keep him off the board. It's worked at this point. Moses going to roll to his left, looking, going to throw. He's got a receiver breaking through. It's McCoon. He comes back. Did he make that play? No, it's incomplete, but there's a flag. Are they going to say pass interference? On who, though, is the question.
Yeah, on who? We'll see.
McCoon had to go over the top. Did he use his hand to push off to try and get back into the play? Nope, they're going to call it on Kirtland. Pass interference. McCoon had to come back, and that's the part you have to turn your head as the defender to make the play and show you're playing the ball. When you face guard someone like that, it can get tough for a DB. There's a reason why a lot of guys don't play defensive back because of that.
That is true, definitely. Remember, too, if you're joining in, in high school football, it's only a 15-yard penalty for pass interference. It's not the NFL and a spot foul.
Well, so the ball going to get put down to the 24, but Perry again, more life. Pass. It's a screenplay to Savon. He's got room to cut up the middle. Savon breaks down inside the 15, and that's where he'll get spotted down. 8-yard gain for Luke Savon.
We might have another injury on Kirtland's side of things.
And we're seeing some cramping maybe going on, too. I think that's the thought with Jake Laverty. That's some good news. Again, you can, get some fluids in you, hopefully get back on the field. They need Jake to play in the game, but another injury, a chance for us to tell you one more time. Again, if you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or repair your ATVs and equipment, well, look no further than Hobby Motorsports and Equipment. They offer top deals and expert repairs for all your motorsport needs. Whether you're upgrading or need a quick fix, their team has got you covered. You can visit the Facebook page at Hobby Motorsports and Equipment or go to their actual location at 7935 Euclid Chardon Road over in Kirtland, I should say. Hobby Motorsports and Equipment, your trusted source for all things ATV and equipment. And also, if you're looking to break into the exciting world of broadcasting, film, or digital media, the Ohio Media School here in Cleveland offers hands-on training in TV and radio broadcasting, audio production, sports broadcasting, and more. The real-world approach, taught by industry professionals, ensures you're job ready in just 8 months. Located conveniently over in Valley View, their Cleveland campus is your gateway to a rewarding career in media. Just visit beonair.com to start your journey today. Again, AA, and I know something about Ohio Media School.
Yeah, you start your journey. You end up right here, end up through the broadcasting industry.
It's taken us all over the place. You've been obviously doing some great jobs. I had to go out to Fargo, North Dakota at one point, and came all the way back, and here we are.
And by the way, even if you go in and just say, I want to be a radio guy, pay attention to those video classes because one of these days
you're going to be on CVC TV and have to call video.
Yeah.
It can happen, man. It can happen. We talked about the size of rosters. One of the things that is impressive for a school the size of Kirtland to have and Coach already talked about it, fielding a 7th grade, an 8th grade, a freshman, a JV, and a varsity team.
I thought that was a great response. You guys talked about that in the pregame show.
Yeah, huge to have that. And you talk about just being able to filter and use these different players you trust as well. With the cramping going on, with guys playing both ways, it can get pretty tough. And that's number 34, someone who does do that on both ways. Casey Karkoff, we saw him, of course, make an impact on the offensive end and 2 on defense. He's one of the linebackers out there, but trust the guys. I think that's one of the things that Coach Laverty has said, hey, from top to bottom, whether you're the first string or the third string, we trust you to be out there and make plays.
Well, you're 100% right. And defensively, they're going to have to trust each other and communicate because right now Perry is going right down the field and looking to tie this football game.
Savon, 3 catches, 50 yards on the game today. Walter Moses, 7 of 12, 78 yards, but he's had 4 drops. McCoon going to take a handoff line side. McCoon breaking through. He's got room. McCoon's in. McCoon's in. Touchdown. 14 yards, and Owen McCoon breaks through. When it matters most, touchdown Perry.
And a game touchdown block by Howard. Watch number 3. McCoon's going to make the play.
Left him to Moses.
But watch 3 right here as this play starts. Watch the block right there. That block set it up for Perry to be within a point of tying this football game.
Oh, McCoon has scored on a fumble return for a touchdown, and now he's rushed for a 14-yard score. Pending the extra point, it's up, it is good, and we have a tie ball game with 44 seconds to go in this third quarter. Living up to the billing, 2 state champions tied just seconds from the fourth.
The battle of the reigns. 2 defending state champions digging deep, fighting through adversity to see who can win this football game.
How about Owen McCoon's resilience in this game to this point? Talk about just getting stifled on the offensive end. Makes the big play on defense to get those points on the board. Now comes through late in the third quarter for his team, and he ties it up for the Pirates.
I still love Howard's block, man.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a monster block.
You're selling out for that block, too. Selfless play. Turk was flying in, obviously, off that right side. I mean, it could have been negative yards again. He had just made a play against McCoon for negative yards a few plays ago.
Yeah, he did.
Great job by Howard to read that and make that stop with that huge block. Put Turk down on his back, and McCoon, all he had to do was win a foot race to that edge for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
Now the story over on Kirtland's side is going to be the status and health of Jake Laverty. Will he be available offensively?
I imagine he'll be out there, but again, what can he get out of him now? I mentioned his wheels. He's got over 100 yards in the game today. He's been important. Kickoff is up. That one's going way back and getting it fielded at about the 4-yard line. Here we go. Kirtland with the return, and inside the 20, they're brought down. Maybe got to the 20-yard line. And that return there from Ryan Kamey. And now again, long field for Kirtland. This normally ties up to what they want to do. Take a long drive, run the ball consistently. But we're going to see, A, if Jake Laverty makes it out there, and B, what his status is.
We're going to see. We're zooming in.
He's running out, so Laverty's going to be on the field. 40 seconds to go in this third quarter. I almost wonder if you just run one play and then get him out there and stretch him out again just to make sure he's fully warmed up and good to go. He will line up under center. A tie ball game, 14 apiece here at Perry. Turk going to take that sweep around. Turk puts his head down, still fighting forward, gets to the 30 and near a first down. Tyler Turk. That's been his game tonight.
Man, every person who has touched the football in their backfield, fundamentals, amazing.
And the rain's starting to come down heavy again as it's filtering back in. Both have rushing touchdowns, but again, Laverty's been that big play guy to really break things open. He's got over 100 yards tonight, but right now, tough decisions facing Coach Laverty and company.
Yes, it is. And what's going to be interesting here as Kirtland comes back out, the rain is facing them.
Yeah, they're going into the wind, into the rain. Big deal here. You talk about, hey, if you get to a third and long, is there a pass attempt you have to possibly do? I mean, we've seen the ball, too, in that first quarter. A lot of fumbles in that first half when it was like this, raining heavily. Can they hold on to the football when they're running?
I'll just say this. What you guys are seeing on the TV screen, on your computer monitors, when you see rain like that.
It's not snowing. It's actual rain.
That is heavier than what you see on TV.
Oh, yeah. It's coming down. We're very grateful to not be on top of the press box tonight, to be inside of it. That's a bonus.
Yeah.
And then the poor Kirtland fans on the opposite side of the field, too, have just been getting drenched all day.
Oh, they're in there. Again, on the home side, on the Perry side.
Nice little cover. There's an overhang.
Yeah. Covering our camera guys as well as the Spectrum camera guys, like covering them up. But, man, we are in something special as this fourth quarter starts.
It's time to see what Kirtland can do. What can Jake Laverty do? Now he's going to pitch out left side. And actually, Laverty's going to get that pitch left side. Laverty's going to run. Paul took the snap. The clock is running. So Laverty got about 5. Showed some good signs there. Doesn't seem like he was slowing down, working through.
And he needed that run too, right? You know, just to hey, let's stretch things out and really get things going. Containment is going to be very important for Perry. They've been doing a better job with containment, but Kirtland's going to stay at it. Just because you did a good job for a quarter doesn't mean you can let up.
I think to prove he can hold on to the ball, too, Laverty does have 2 fumbles in this game he's lost as well, Double-A, so making sure he could keep that possession on that pitch to the outside. 3rd and short coming up for Kirtland. Handoff working through, and that looks like going to be short. Great job by Perry's defense. And another Kirtland player down. They were going to help him up, but I think more cramping going on as Alfieri got maybe a yard or 2.
Well, and you know, if you're watching the game here in Northeast Ohio, you have noticed if you stepped outside, it's a tad bit cooler than what it was earlier today. But as you mentioned, you know, we're right off the lake, so it's even more cooler here. So it could be part of it.
I think that was Matthew Cayley who is down the field now. He's actually senior, an offensive lineman, one of the leaders on this team.
Actually, I'm not exaggerating. It is cold.
Well, you're sitting like right where this window opens up, so you're getting the breeze in pretty well.
You know, we're embracing it, but man,
I got it blocked pretty much because it's coming in like this, and I feel pretty good. But.
I mean, it's September 6th. It feels like October 6th. But like yesterday, it was 85 degrees. Oh, now it's 62.
Yeah, so it was about 65 at game time, as it looks like Cayley's been able to get up and walk off under his own power. That's good to see. But yeah, still the rain coming, and again, when it's raining at 62, a little muggy, but still you kind of feel.
But this is cold rain.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
And it's coming down hard.
By these standards, by week 3 standards, this is cold rain out there.
This is also the kind of game you dream of playing when you're a kid.
Oh yeah.
Either that or snow.
Well, think about you know the Kirtland football players. You know, Coach Laverty talked to you earlier today. You know, those kids have been playing since 1st grade. But we got a 4th down coming up.
Laverty going to turn. He's going to hand off up the middle, and that's going to be close, but it looks like they got the 1st down by the spot we're seeing. Alfieri put his head down, and again, he's usually good for 2 or 3 every time he does it.
You see the ref there covering the football, trying to dry it up.
he's trying. They're trying their best, but it's tough.
Look at that's great detail picking up by our cameras.
Yeah, look at that. Keeping the ball covered until it snaps. And there you go. Yeah, once the offense addresses the ball, the ref will run out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there quick.
And it doesn't matter. It's going to still be wet.
Yeah, Alfieri trying to run on that right side. He'll get a handful of yards, maybe 3 to 4. 20th carry of the game for Danny Alfieri. He's got about 88 yards unofficially. But again, consistent. He's just getting 3, 4, 5 yards every time he touches it.
And if you've watched Kirtland football for years upon years, this is obvious. You would think this favors them, but again, they're facing the wind, you know, in a cold environment. And if you missed the 1st quarter, a ton of fumbles when it was raining this heavily.
When does Perry take a chance to and send everyone? I know obviously they're going to play tight formations, but do you just sell on the fact that Jake's not going to throw the football? Hand off, round Turk. Works his way through a big hit and a stop. Great job by Perry's defense. A host of defenders in there made the play. Armani Ciappone was in there too. The receiver that had dropped a few of the passes made some big plays on defense tonight, though.
I think you're seeing that now. I mean, the safeties are playing like linebackers. They really are.
They're really collapsing down and making those big plays, and it's important right now. So Perry's got a big opportunity here. 3rd and about 6 on the 46-yard line of Kirtland. The Hornets here trying to keep moving the ball. Paul's going to take the snap. You see Laverty at the top of your screen.
He might throw it.
Paul has thrown a couple touchdowns. Laverty going to take it, work his way through, still on his feet, and get the 1st down. Still going and down to the 41. Jake Laverty could not be denied as he crosses midfield, and here come the Hornets.
Watch this run right here, and watch how he just stayed up. Those legs, man. And he's probably kicking himself because he probably felt he could have stayed up even more and scored.
Unbelievable run by Jake Laverty there. Give him about, I want to say that's 14 to 15 yards on the carry.
And again, he was wondering, hey, when does this defense kind of sell out But this is the strength of this Kirtland offense. They're able to just get those second effort yards. And their second effort yards, the yards after contact, I mean, they're getting an extra 3-4 yards after contact.
And the key, too, for Laverty, holding on to the football. 2 first-half fumbles in the rain. The rain's back, and he's doing a good job of holding it. Laverty going to keep it himself, rolling right side, take it down after a gain of about 4. You'll take that if you're Coach Tiger Laverty and company. Hey, 4 or 5 yards to carry, that works perfect. We can run the clock and slowly move our way down.
But you know what, though? If I'm Coach Gesswitz, I would take that, too. You know, defensively, just collapse things down and hope that, hey, on the second down, only give up a couple yards if you can't get the stop. Make a manageable third down situation.
And so unofficially, Jake Laverty has 130 yards on the ground today. He's on a torrid pace rushing for this offense. Fantastic year already for Laverty. Junior quarterback, 6'2", 200 pounds. Pitches to the outside. Turk working his way through. Turk breaks through. He's still on his feet. Turk cuts back to the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. Actually, just before, we'll call it the 17. Tyler Turk, great move here.
You know, the defense did the job initially to contain him, but the linebackers got sucked in. And Turk, that's been a tricky play to defend. You know, for every dive and ISO play that's ran, probably 1 out of 15 plays is that counter with Turk. And 90% of the time it's worked.
Yeah, Tyler Turk now, 20-yard carry on the play. He's got 9 for 62 unofficially in that touchdown. That second score for Kirtland that put him up by 7 points going into halftime. And again, Kirtland threatening. They're back in the red zone.
And taking their time too, Kyle.
No rush needed. Laverty's under center. He'll hand Alfieri. He's going to get met. Still spin forward. Danny Alfieri again was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but found a way to gain positive yards. Again, should have been a loss of 1. He ended up getting 4.
I wonder if there's like some kind of you got to run extra or something if you don't have like second effort or something.
There just might be. You never know at this point.
I mean, literally every one of these tailbacks has done so. And they're taking so much time off the clock. When you watch a Kirtland football game, not as many possessions as a normal high school football game.
And it's took Perry's offense a while to get going, too. So the longer they stay off the field, the more it could be tough. And, again, great defense by Perry this time, stopping him in the backfield. This time Alfieri had nowhere to go, and that's because Laverty and Alfieri were met almost immediately. Watch this. They were just caught.
Yeah.
And he was still trying to drag a defender with him.
You have to. That's what they were doing. But now, interesting situation now, 3rd and 6. I don't know if Perry gets to stop. I don't know if they'll kick the field goal.
I mean, we saw the field goal units in these conditions kick from about where you're seeing on the field right now.
But they were practicing on the opposite end of the field.
True. Now you're kicking into the wind. Again, they were making the field goals pretty handily still, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Is Laverty going to take the snap? He's going to pitch. It's underneath. It's Turk. He cuts forward, and he's right around the first down marker. Tyler Turk catches that ball. Again, that in misdirection.
Was that open field tackle enough for
We'll
Perry?
see exactly where that ball, and it's going to be, it looks like short, by a yard. Just short.
Purcell's had a game, and he did a great job defensively getting that stop. But here we go. Going for it on 4th down.
This is huge right here for Perry's defense. Can they get a stop? Laverty under center. It's going to be a QB sneak. He's going to run forward, and we're going to see where they spot that. This is important now. As Laverty dove forward, they were a yard away.
I don't know.
He's signaling for first down. Let's see what the spot is. Will they measure here? I don't know if they will do that. We'll see what the official ruling is. Telling them back up. We're going to see where this ball. And they're going to call it first down, Kirtland. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's big for the Hornets. More time coming off the clock.
And remember, the only time you get replay in high school football here in Ohio is at the state championships, which both of these teams expect to go back. they both know that.
It's 1st and goal now for Kirtland on the 7-yard line. Man, that was so close, Double A. Talk about game of inches, the drop pass in the end zone in the first half. A first down right there, maybe by inches. Jake Laverty getting it, and now Kirtland with a chance. Laverty handing off. Alfieri cutting inside, still on his feet, then eventually gets taken down inside the 5, down to about the 3.
But the path created again by the offensive line. Great job, but another injury for a Kirtland injury.
And it's been constant with cramping and different injuries here in this ball game, which again, sometimes you would say, oh, it's not hot out. It's not, but again, when you play both sides of the ball, a lot going on, it can definitely wear and tear on you. And a lot of the linemen obviously play both ways too.
Very true, very true. And it makes things extremely, extremely tough, especially at this level, right? Division, Perry's Division 4 right now, Kirtland's Division 6. So, when you're used to watching Division 1 football, you just put other guys in. It's not the same case here.
And we talked about, again, depth for both teams. Both coaches pretty happy with what they have, what they're feeling. They also said this game, honestly, is one of those things either way you find out a lot. Is, again, the injured player running off the field, good to see. That was a tough run, but he made it off under his own power.
I mean, look at...
They're tough, man.
If we could go, look at this shot right here. Look at how much rain is just falling.
Well, it's benefited Kirtland on this drive. They've been able to keep the ball on the ground and just pound away at Perry's defense. The clock now starting. We're just over 4 minutes to go in the game. It's tied up. Kirtland trying to get in the end zone to take back the lead. We'll see it. Laverty under center. Handing Alfieri inside, pushing through. He's going to be just short. He fell at the 1 yard line.
Very close. Pressure cooker time now.
Danny Alfieri on his 24th carry of the ball game almost got in for his second touchdown. But that's a hair short. So big time here for Perry's defense. Can they step up? And can Kirtland's offense punch the ball into the end zone here and take the lead back with under 4 minutes to go?
Yeah, great job by Andrew Smith making the play defensively, number 50. But in that D-line, and even linebackers too, they're going to have to dig. And again, watch the counter here with Turk.
And he's lining up in that spot. And that ball here for a second. And the referee covering it, that's smart.
Man.
Because it is coming down out there once again. This is almost as bad as it was in the first quarter. They're going to move the ball back a little bit.
Well, I'll just put it to you this way. The refs keep a close eye on that football.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, game of inches, I mean, you never know.
It's true. They got to do the job.
I think Jake Laverty got that by an index card on the last play. So, I mean, it's honestly hit or miss, depending on how you get it.
Very true.
Then covering that football until the last possible second, or the referees do, because it is coming down out there. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Big play for both sides here. Laverty under center. He'll turn and... play was blown dead.
Got a flag, I believe.
That should be false start. And it will be. No, delay of game. They're calling delay of game. There's no play clock because you can't see it down there on the side. So 5 yards back it should be, and it's going to be a replay at 3rd down.
That is an interesting point. The play clock was on earlier.
Now it's not.
So when that happens, obviously the officials keep track of it, but it's a lot tougher for quarterback to keep up with it.
Usually they'll give you your cues that we talked about last game too. The referee will tell you 10, they'll tell you 5, that kind of thing. You have to keep your eyes on it. One of the things you have to look out for as a quarterback. And again, more time being taken here. Has there been a timeout or what's?
Well, the clock has stopped.
Yeah. Coach Laverty's almost out on the hash mark talking to
I think Coach Laverty's ready to play.
Yeah, he's about ready to throw the pads on at this point. He's really upset about this.
You're hearing it from the Perry faithful here too.
You can see it. He's all the way out there still barking at one of the officials out. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 6th now when we resume play here. And Perry, this is huge. This is a big opportunity. And Coach Laverty's still arguing the play. He's not happy with this at all on the delay of game. He's still walking back out with the official. And I think he's going to throw his guys over, and maybe there is going to be a timeout being called here. He's waving over Jake.
No, this is not a timeout.
No, calling quick, and there was a lot of time that's went off the stand here at this point. And again, talk about play clocks. I mean, there would have been maybe 2 that would have expired at that point.
Well, the ref is still standing over the ball, so the play clock's not going yet.
That's true.
You know, now
I'd imagine the play clock has started. Again, we used to have those at each corner of the end zone, but they're off now.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go, back into play. 3rd and goal from the 6. Perry getting a little bit of a gift now with the layup game. And again, jumping out. Coach Laverty running onto the field. That should be a timeout. If ever there was one, the coach was about to take the snap himself. If it meant he could call a timeout, Coach Laverty got about past the hash mark and had to get into the official's ear. But he got that timeout.
That might be the most heated timeout I've ever seen in high school football.
Tell you what, if there was a chair, he would have threw it. 2:57 to go. And you can tell this is a game, Double-A. Neither team obviously wants to fold. And it's come down to essentially this for both sides when it comes to offense and defense. This may be Kirtland's last opportunity on offense to try and punch the ball in. Perry trying to get one final stop and give the ball back to their senior quarterback in Walter Moses and make one more run to beat Kirtland for the 2nd consecutive year.
But can they stop Kirtland? On 3rd down, it was 3rd and goal, it was 3rd and 1, 3rd and 6. We've seen very few pass attempts.
Would we see a field goal attempt? Let's say there's no gain on this play. Do you take a chance for 6 yards or a touchdown, or do you take the field goal opportunity?
I don't know, because again, the football, even before the game, they're hard footballs, especially with cooler temps, but it is within range.
It's very much within range. We'll see if Max Paul, who is taking this snap, has something to say about that pitch. Turk takes it, cuts inside. Turk still on his feet, down at the 2, falls out. It's recovered.
Unbelievable.
It's recovered by Perry.
Are you kidding me?
Perry. Unbelievable. The break the Pirates needed right there. Let's watch the replay.
That ball came out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a play.
Oh, wow. Right place, right time, right there for Trent Taylor. He recovers the fumble. Perry has the ball on offense.
And that was the exact same play that Kirtland scored earlier in this game, that counter with Turk. And to get that fumble, no points on the board.
4th fumble of the game lost for the Kirtland Hornets. We talked about it. 1st quarter, we saw a bunch of those balls hit the deck. This time Perry responds. And it looks like maybe there's a timeout taken by the Pirates. Collect themselves a little bit on offense. There was some celebrating going on there.
Don't blame them one bit.
2:51 to go. This is a ball game, Double-A. Wow. What a break for the Perry defense.
I didn't even realize he fumbled at first.
It looked like he spun down and was going to just fall for that. Again, take the 3-4 yards, look to fight another down, but the extra effort, great job. And again, Trent Taylor, who made a big play earlier on in this game on defense, right place, right time, scoops it up, and Perry's got that football.
Now what? Right? Now what?
I'm going to breathe for a second.
2:51. Can Walter Moses lead this team down the field?
94 yards they have to go, and then we talked about it.
And the receivers have, as a group, have struggled today.
That's true.
Uncharacteristically, they have struggled today. Who will be the one that Walter Moses trusts in this drive?
Well, your betting money says Luke Savon, number 1, who's at the bottom of your screen right now. He's going to be in one-on-one coverage on the outside. Watch that matchup. Again, with Kirtland. Nico Samick has been past the guardian. Ball's high. McCoon gets it and gets out of the end zone. That was dangerous. A high snap, and man, there was a lot of gasping going on this side of the field, Double-A, but luckily Perry gets out of the end zone and they keep possession.
And a wet football again. Another cold, wet football that no one seemingly has been able to grab a handle of.
This is the only downside of letting Kirtland drive down the field and stopping them where they did. Now, again, you're backed up against your own end zone. This is where you cannot make mistakes if you are, again, this team here in Perry. And now Walter Moses back onto the field. Hey, let your quarterback take that snap.
Yeah, they was trying something there. And
yeah, McCoon obviously has made some big plays today. But that time, just couldn't bring it in. So here we go. 2nd and 12. Screen out there is Savone. He's going to break right side. He's got room to run. Savone spins through, still on his feet, pushing forward and gets down to about the 10. That's where his momentum will stop, so you'll take that. Nice 8-yard gain.
It's a great play call. Great play call there. Great decision just to get out of trouble.
Yeah, get out of your own end zone again. Make sure you have some space here on 3rd down.
But I'll tell you what, though, the secondary for Kirtland, they did a great job of keeping everything in front of them, and they give themselves an opportunity after giving up the football in the red zone. Again, a problem that the Hornets had in this contest last year.
3rd down and 4 coming up. Under a minute and a half to go in the ball game. Moses in shotgun. Getting orders from the sideline, Coach Gasevich.
Are they going to really stay in man at the bottom?
Tell you what, Savon is in man coverage again. We talked about it. Samick has been tasked with guarding number 1 tonight. Moses going to roll, look to his right, throw. It's caught, breaking outside, right side, and that's not going to be enough.
Great open
tackle.
field tackle.
That was Laverde who went out there and made it. And it's going to be 4th down and short. Yeah, I believe Kirtland should take a timeout, and I believe they will. Kirtland calls their 2nd timeout of this 2nd half. They have 1 remaining, and now decision time for Coach Gasevich and company.
You got to punt.
You would think.
You got to punt.
Maybe you throw Moses back there again. You see if there's a look at first when he gets it. If not, punt it immediately. That's probably the thing I would imagine that's the goal.
You are how close you are. Punt. Rely on your defense play for overtime if you're Perry.
That being said, they may come out and throw the ball. You know?
Well, but you know what? But look, I get it. I understand the temptation. You're a yard away. I get it. I understand the temptation. But if you don't get it, Kirtland's going to get the ball at the 13-yard line.
That's tough ask for your defense again to try and get that stop.
With 57 seconds, you won't even get the ball back.
This is going to be it. I mean, I'd imagine Perry won't get the ball back even if. So it's really a decision now about what you want to do. Makuna is going out, so that is the punt unit.
Mm-hmm. And he's the punter.
Now, again, we've seen crazy things happen. There are some backs back there that can make plays, and well, here comes Moses. So now Moses is going to go out. Maybe it's a change of heart. We could be seeing them going for it here.
I believe Moses did punt.
Moses can
earlier.
punt. He can punt the football. He did earlier, and it was a good punt. So we'll see. Like I said, maybe he gets the snap, check a quick read. If it's not there, get rid of it.
And if going for it also says, hey, we want to get out of here.
Maybe trying to draw off sides, too. That could be a thing. They'll take the penalty. That's not that big a deal. They don't mind moving back a little bit. No, Moses is going to step back. He's going to punt this one away. There it is. It's off. No one's back. And an end-over-end punt. Solid punt by Moses. That one's going to dribble all the way back down. Inside the 35 to the 32, 33-yard line. So with 44 seconds to go here at Perry.
They're opening it up. And again, you're the safeties.
One of the few times we've seen a wide receiver out there tonight. It's been usually bunched formation. They're going to be a couple out wide. Laverde's still under center, though. And Laverde a draw. He's going to run. Laverde breaks left side. He's got room to run. Jake Laverde cuts back in. He's at the 50. He breaks through, and he's down past midfield to the 42. Jake Laverde. What a run by Laverde. Past midfield. About 25 yards or so for Laverde. That was huge. And it looks like maybe the Kirtland decided to call a timeout.
Well, we have
a player
an injury.
down, actually. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a player down in the middle of the field. Jake Laverde just slicing and dicing through. Tell you what, to be able to still cut like that with the wet and the slip conditions down there.
Well, they did something, Kyle, they have not done at all game long. But they're capable of doing so. They spread the defense out. Spread the defense out.
And that's actually number 5, Brody Petroselli, who's going to limp out. He's been making some big plays. Has 3 catches in the game on offense, and on defense he's made some big stops as well.
Yeah, he's had a really solid game.
Going to miss in out there for at least this next play is Jake Laverde. Has 35 seconds and a timeout to lead his team 42 more yards. The clock is running now. The clock is rolling. I don't know if it's supposed to or not.
Well, now we got a timeout.
That should be from Kirtland, I believe, and it will be. So it will be their final timeout. Kirtland has no timeouts remaining. There is, for now, 30 seconds. We'll see if they give them 2 more. If they decide to put those back on or they keep them off. Man, my goodness, what a game, Double A.
Yeah, and I'm curious of where the safeties are going to align. if you're Perry, like, where do you put them? Because again, you still, no matter what, even if you spread these guys out, you still have to respect the run. I mean, 30 seconds for this offense.
It's enough time to get 2
still
plays.
a lot of time.
It is definitely, when you run the football, it can get a little more tough because the play is going to keep going. But there is enough time to get at least 2 solid runs off. If you're Kirtland, maybe even 3, depending on how fast they move.
But because that's their specialty, running the football, them not having a timeout left
is crucial. You have to get out of bounds. You have to find a way to, or clock it, of course. If you get back to the line of scrimmage quick, you can always spike the ball to stop it. We'll see what, now Max Paul again under center. Laverty's lined up in the slot. He's going to go in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Laverty. He breaks left side. Laverty's still on his feet, dragged down at the 35-yard line. They got to move. Gain of 7 for Laverty. And he may just come down and spike this one. We'll see what happens. And that's what he'll do. Laverty will spike it dead with 11 seconds to go.
That was a ton of time there. That
was a
off.
lot of time for a spike. Laverty's got 18 carries unofficially for 162 yards tonight, AA, but he does have 2 fumbles.
I wonder, too, and I know a lot of times in football we say, like, oh, why would they eat up that much time? They're probably, he might have been looking for a look defensively, and he has a choice. If he doesn't like it, then you spike it.
All right, so here we go. This could very well be the last play. Paul again under center. He'll turn, he'll pitch it out. Laverty's going to get the pitch. He cuts back inside, and Perry's there. They meet him in the backfield. No gain, and we are going to overtime.
And this game deserves it. Historically, the top game this conference has seen. 2 defending state champions. Hasn't happened here in Northeast Ohio in 8 years. It's never happened here in Lake County.
2 of the most dominant teams in CVC history. Now they got to take another period to get it done. There is another injury on the field here as we move into overtime. And man, AA, what a game we have seen tonight here in Perry, Ohio. The Pirates and the Hornets going to move to a 5th frame to try and decide who is true king of the CVC. Both have a claim, both defending state champions, both having phenomenal starts to their season. But the rain, the turnovers, keeping Perry alive, making big plays. Owen McCoon scoring 2 touchdowns, 1 on defense, 1 on offense. Kirtland with a pair of rushing touchdowns in their own right. What a game.
Well, remember, again, both teams left touchdowns off the board.
It's true.
You know, a couple drops, had that, of course, fumbles in the red zone, too. So
yeah, Tyler Turk was at the 2-yard line with that ball when it came out. That saved Perry's entire situation in their game.
Yeah, like, you know, Kirtland they could be out of here with a W if they didn't put the ball on the turf there, but that's what it is. You know, that's championship football. Everything we have seen here today, both teams have elevated themselves. They are playing championship level football, and it's an honor to watch it.
Yeah, Brody Petrucelli again was the injured player. Just cramping up. It looks like both sides now dealing with some of those pains. I mean, he's one of those guys for Perry that does play on offense and defense, a little bit of special teams too. The captain's going to go out showing some love and respect as we head into overtime. And I believe this is not NFL rules AA, right? This is the first team that scores takes it.
I believe so, yep.
This is going to be a fun game. It's been a fun game to this point. Last year, obviously exciting. Perry came into Kirtland and did something no one had done since 2016 and beat the Hornets at home. This time, Kirtland trying to return the favor here at Perry, and it's been a difficult task. And important to see which direction the teams go too.
Yeah, they're gonna make
Perry,
a huge deal about that.
Yeah, Perry looks like they want to go right to left on your screen, which is important because that's the way the wind's blowing. If you do get close enough, if you have the possession, you can kick a field goal, depending on down distance, all that, and win this.
So yeah, I believe it is a.
So I want to say it looks like it's going to be Perry football. the way they're pointing and directing it, because I know Perry does want to go from right to left. We'll see what, I guess, officially happens here. But
it's been a while since we had an overtime.
Looks like the ball is going to start. Again, no kickoff, I believe, for overtime. And this may be... I
think it's the old college style overtime.
Yeah, you start at 25 and work your way through. Both teams get a possession, I believe, and if you score, good. Other team gets another shot.
Yeah, it's the way it was meant. College football, by the way, has ruined overtime. I don't know what mess they're doing now.
So the ball is going to be on the 20-yard.
This works. This right here. Stick with this.
High energy here. Let's going to see what's happened. Walter Moses and company going to head out there. They're going to have ball to start this overtime. I don't think there's any time as well.
No, it shouldn't be.
Just be a play clock, so there'll be no time here. Just down and distance is what we need to keep track of. They can get at least one first down in this. So here we go. Moses going to hand McCoon left side. Owen McCoon pushing forward. McCoon gets down after maybe a gain of about 3 to 4 yards.
I'll tell you one thing that this defense has done an extremely good job of today, and that's containing Owen McCoon. And that was their objective this entire contest.
Yep.
And that has continued.
He's averaging less than around 3 yards a carry, which, again, you'll take that if you're Kirtland's defense. But he does have that rushing touchdown. It was his longest run of the night, 14 yards. And, of course, a defensive fumble return for a touchdown. Huge play as Moses again in that shotgun.
They got man-to-man up top.
Rolling, looking for Howard. He thought about the screen. He's going to roll off against that. Throwing, back corner, throws, and was it intercepted? It was! Oh, my goodness. It was intercepted by Kirtland.
Yeah, watch this. The problem, I wish they would have went over the top from the center. But instead, it rolled out. The rest of the defense shifted over. And that's the interception.
Ryan Kamey comes up with the unbelievable interception, the junior defensive back, and now we've got some issues if you're the home Perry Pirates because Kirtland has the ball. They force the turnover.
And now that Kirtland is on offense, all they need is at least a field goal to win the game.
Oh, man. Moses, remember last season, 2 interceptions, but he threw for 2 touchdowns too. Granted, conditions were a little bit different. That one a costly turnover, trying to make a play in the front of the end zone. We're already under center. Going to hand off. Alfieri runs up the middle and gets, again, 3 to 4 yards.
And again, because there's no clock at overtime, don't have to worry at all about eating the clock and whatnot. Kirtland can just operate at their pace.
Well, unofficially, Alfieri's at the 100-yard mark on 25 carries tonight, 4 yards a carry.
Wow.
Stout. Making plays, has that rushing touchdown too back in that first half. And Kirtland held scoreless rather in the second half. But now a tough ask as we get closer and closer here. Big play by Kirtland and Ryan Kamey. Can Kirtland's offense get the job done? Laverty and a pitch. Turk comes through and again, great stop by Perry's defense. They've read that little pitch on the inside cross really well the past quarter and a half, 2 quarters.
Yeah, they're figuring it out. You're spot on with that, Kyle. They are figuring that aspect of play out, and it's getting interesting now.
3rd and 5 coming up, and you mentioned a double A. You can kick a field goal and win this game. It is inside the range we saw both teams kicking.
And this is the side, too,
with
that
the wind.
They were warming up earlier in the game during pregame.
Yep, so you're taking spots all over this side of the field, almost poetic. It may come down to it. We'll see if Jake Laverty and company don't even worry about that. 3rd and 5. Laverty going to keep it, cuts inside, tries to get through. He's going to get stopped short of the first down. So now decision time for Coach Tiger Laverty. Jake on his 20th carry gets about 3 yards, and here we go.
If that is the kicking unit coming out.
It is. So a lot of pressure right now on Xavier Lasecki. He's made some kicks this year. He actually missed his only field goal attempt this season, but he's 11 for 11 on extra points. Actually now 13 of 13. Nothing bigger than this, though, for the game. Lasecki. And a flag comes in late.
Oh, who jumped?
Oh, this could be huge. It was a false start. 5 yards back further. We saw Lisicki warm up from 25 yards out.
And that's outside. Is that going to be outside his range?
Well, Laverty is jogged back onto the field. We'll see officially what they decide to do with this. Maybe they have Laverty hold just in case. Nope. Ball's going to come back in. So nope, still going to try it. Ball placed at the 25-yard line. This would be a 35-yard field goal for the win. The kick is up. It's blocked. It's blocked.
Oh my goodness!
It's blocked. It's blocked.
But he picked it up.
He picked it up, but he's down. It's near the first down.
He's short, Kyle.
It's near the first down. Is he short?
I think he's short.
He's short. Wow.
Remember, even in a block situation, it's still a live ball, but no matter what, it's still a turnover on 4th down.
Unbelievable. Second overtime. Let's do another one.
And with no points.
Like it never happened.
With no points. Oh my goodness.
Well, I've had some close calls recently, but I guess tonight is the night I'm going to have a heart attack.
Well,
so that's
you
fine.
know what? You know what? Perry on special teams has come close on extra points on getting blocks all night long.
That's true.
And they finally, when it mattered most, finally was able to get it. That's the second time Kirtland has been this close to scoring and couldn't finish.
Solid contact on the kick, but again, just blocked. Unbelievable. We go to a second overtime here.
Oh, my goodness.
This is the first double OT game we've called together. This is the first double overtime game I've called. And doing this for over 15 years.
I believe this is the very first double overtime game we have ever had on CVC TV.
Oh, my goodness. And guess what? Kirtland's offense is going to start this time. So they have to try and figure themselves out here because, again, they came up short. They actually almost returned the block for a first down, which would have been just an unfortunate turn of events for Perry.
Unbelievable.
But now here we go. Laverty, Anning on the cross. Lessig works his way through. He's going to be near the first down.
Now the toughest ask is hey, you made the stop. Cool, great. Do it again.
That's the toughest part when you're facing a team like Kirtland because, again, we talk about short-term memory. Been there before. They're used to these kind of moments. Perry learned a lot last season. But Kirtland's been doing this for the better part of 2 decades.
Well, think about it again. Both of these teams a season ago played 16 games to win state championships, to know how to dig down deep, and they got to do it again.
2nd and 1. Laverty going to keep it himself. He gets turned upside down, but he looks like he just got enough. See what they say. That was close. As Laverty went over the center to try and get that first down. I think they're going to say still waiting for the official word, and it's going to be first down and goal.
So here we go again. Can Kirtland finally, the Hornets, they've been knocking at the door. They have to deliver.
It's now or never. If they can't get a first down, they got to score. They already puts the man in motion. It's Lessig. He cuts back inside. Lessig brought down by McCoon. He almost lost the football, but brought down for no gain. Lessig bobbled that football, but managed to hold on. McCoon got there and made the stop.
And it's the rain again. You know, the wet football, the officials can only cover the ball so much. Remember, you got wet hands now among all the players that touch the ball.
Well, they gave him about a yard, maybe 2 on that play. So 2nd down and goal from the 8. Remember, no time, just down and distance. What you need to know, folks. Lessig in motion again. This time he doesn't get the handoff. Laverty going to pitch outside. Running through and just nowhere to go to get inside the 5, down to the 3.
Man.
That was Silvestro, who hasn't carried the ball since the first half.
Man. You know, if there was ever a time to like and subscribe to CVC TV
my goodness,
on YouTube, right now, while you're watching this game right here, the 2nd overtime, hit that subscribe button right now. You get all these games. Incredible.
All right, 3rd and goal. Long 3 yards, almost 4 to go for this Kirtland Hornet team. Laverty Turns, hands, Silvestro into the end zone.
Oh.
Wait, but there's a flag. It was a timeout called by Kirtland.
Oh, my goodness.
Kirtland called a timeout.
Oh, no.
They got into the end zone. Silvestro was celebrating, and Coach Laverty calls the timeout, didn't like the look, and no touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
You've got to be kidding me.
You know, every time I think I've seen as stressful as this is going to get, something else happens. Unbelievable. Wow. It feels like Perry's been on a string all night. They've had highs and lows. They've been up and down.
I feel bad for the Hornets, though, to be knocking on the door to get into the end zone. What can you do, man?
Avatar. Avengers Endgame. Kirtland Perry 2024.
Damn.
My top 3 movies of all time right now. Unbelievable.
And last year's game was great. But to add to the chapter, they both win state championships. It was this Perry team that broke the 57-game regular season streak of the Hornets a year ago.
Yeah.
Perry has their own 18-game win streak right now.
So many storylines coming into this game, so many different avenues we could have went down. It seems like we've explored all of them.
Man.
There still may be more to find. I don't know.
Again, only the 32nd time 2 defending state champions have faced off against each other here in Ohio. I would argue this is probably the top game on that list.
Unbelievable. The timeout called by Coach Laverty negates a touchdown. Can Jake Laverty do it again? And inside Silvestro, he's met. He fights through. He's still on his feet, pushing forward, and he's going to be down.
My goodness!
Just short.
Oh, Kyle!
He was caught at the 4, turned back to his right. We talk about falling forward. He just kept the feet turning, and now it's 4th and short.
And I don't think there's a conversation. They're going for it.
I don't think so. Yeah, you kind of have to. Quick, Kirtland moving the offense, getting there. Laverty going to go. They're trying to push him in. It's at the line. Is he short? Is he short?
They got to push.
He's short. He's short. He's short. Perry stopped him. Perry stopped him. Unbelievable.
How did they do it?
What's going on?
How did they do it?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Man.
1 yard. You trust your 6'2", 200-pound quarterback to put his shoulder down. He's run for over 160 yards today, but that was the hardest yard he couldn't get, and now Perry has a chance.
Amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, we're going to catch our breath for a little bit here.
I'm trying to find my voice.
There is an injury on the field after that play. There was, again, a big sequence of plays.
Coach Laverty looks like he's been through Niagara Falls.
Man.
My goodness.
Well, here's the cool thing about this game. When it's over, Coach Gessman said by 10 o'clock we'll know. It's 9:40. I'm not sure if we'll know.
I don't know if I could take 4 or 5 overtimes. Oh, my goodness.
But both of these teams, after this game, they're going to root for each other to succeed because we're seeing the elevation and growth of the Chagrin Valley Conference in these 2 programs right now. But if you want to see how both these teams are measured, is that Laverty?
That is Jake Laverty, who was injured on the play again, cramping up again. His dad, Coach Tiger, coming to check on him.
And that's the other storyline we haven't really talked about too much, but that father-son, head coach, quarterback relationship.
So happy for his son to see him succeed. We talked in the pregame about it. I know coaches don't like to get personal, but when it's your son, he's a junior, he's already won more games than anyone as a quarterback in Kirtland history. You got to feel for Coach and Jake, but now it is time for Perry. They have an opportunity now, AA. They score. This game's over.
Any score wins for Perry. Remember, Kirtland had this opportunity in the first overtime, could not get in.
Moses, shotgun, gonna hand McCoon on a draw, and he gets tackled in the backfield.
He had a tough time with that handoff. There was a little stumble there with the handoff.
Turk has been back there all game long, and he's been targeting McCoon, who loses a yard. Remember last time Perry had the ball in this overtime period. Moses rolled to his right and threw the interception. Katie made the big play. Timeout going to get called. Actually, another injured player down, too, for Kirtland. A lot of cramping. And, again, these guys have been playing for the better part of almost 3 hours.
Physical play.
It's a lot going on out there as And that's one of the heroes on offense, John Silvestro. I go back to the timeout from Kirtland AA. Silvestro made it into the end zone. They had scored 6 points, but right before that snap, Coach Laverty called timeout, didn't like the look. He ran out to the hash again to call that timeout. Again, it took 6 points off the board for Kirtland. Right now, that's crucial.
It's tough, man. You know, there's a lot of plays on both sides where you're just like, what, man.
Ugh.
But right now, Perry's behind the sticks.
Well, you got to think to yourself, hey, we just want a shot. If they can get it inside the 15-yard line, you trust your kickers to be able to kick a 25, 30-yard field goal. Can you get it off, though, is the question. Moses handing him McCoon again, brought down in the backfield. Who else? Turk is there again. Tyler Turk has been all over the field on defense. He's made plays on offense. And, man, McCoon just cannot break free of them.
Turk is that dude. I mean, the plays he has made defensively, the speed is unreal.
So Moses, I would imagine, has to put this ball in the air here. 3rd down and
right
very
now,
far, 3rd and 16.
I'm not sure if they're in field goal range right now, Kyle.
You want to try and get this within 3rd and 10 to give yourself a chance, or 4th and 10, I should say. But again, hey, pick up 10 yards, you have an opportunity. You have a chance to try and kick one through. We know both these teams have kickers that can get the ball there. Now, can you get it over the line? That's another question. But
again, the wind on their back.
That's true. So let's see here. Howard on his left hip. Moses taking a snap. Looking. Going to throw. End zone. He's got a receiver. It's gone. No, he dropped it.
It was dropped.
Oh, my goodness. I thought he had it. He took the steps.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Had the ball in his hands again. Oh, couldn't make the play.
I thought Chase Savant
had dropped one earlier in the game, too, in the first half. The rain just making that ball uncatchable. He thought he had it. He took the steps like he had the ball afterwards. He made sure his feet were in bounds.
They're going to kick. Are they kicking a field goal?
They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. Field goal attempt is on the way.
Again, this is for the win.
This is huge. And a flag comes in. They're going to call a false start. Oh, double A, I don't know. Yep, false start on Perry, so 5 more yards back. That's going to put the ball at the 31-yard line. This is a huge ask for any high school kicker, any kicker in general.
And there's a little bit of a crosswind, too.
So, I mean, you can get the ball there, but you got to get it high enough. We'll see what they decide to do. He's got a leg.
The fans have faith he could do this.
Logan Buhner, the lefty, going to line it up. This is far, folks. 45-plus yards for the win. On the way.
Oh.
Just short. Under the right side. And Kirtland is still alive. If that penalty doesn't happen, that ball has enough to get there.
We said that on both sides, Kyle. Both teams are going to, when they put their head on their pillow tonight, both teams are going to be like, we've had 5 different chances to score and even more chances to win.
I want to apologize to all the Perry fans that I got excited.
No, it's close.
Savant on that sideline,
angle,
he took his steps the way you would to catch that ball. He made that thought, and then again, just came out.
The receivers are running great routes.
Oh, the ball is right there too, Moses, right on the money. It's right where it needs to be. Man.
So we move on to the 3rd overtime, and again, if you're not already doing so, subscribe and like CVC TV on YouTube. And, of course, a full breakdown over on ChagrinValleyConference.com.
What a game, Double A. What a game. And I believe, unlike last time, I think Kirtland is going to get the ball here to start the 3rd overtime. Remember, Perry had the 1st overtime possession. Kirtland had the 2nd. But Perry's coming out like they're coming on defense. So we're going to see Kirtland start with the ball again.
Now, I'm not sure if it's fully old school college football rule.
I think we just keep going.
Well, what I'm saying, though, if Kirtland scores here,
Perry has a chance, I would think.
But do they have to go for 2? If it's like the old college rule.
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure.
We're going to cross that bridge when we get there. If we get there. We could be here all night. We'll see what happens.
If we get there, because, again, both of these teams do 2 overtime. You know how rare that is to go 2 overtimes for neither team to score?
That's honestly the craziest part about this. We've seen a missed field goal. We've seen a blocked field goal. We've seen 4th and 1 stop. We've seen an interception in overtime right now. This is honestly one of the craziest games I've ever been a part of to call. And it is. It's going to be Perry football. This makes more sense. They're going to start. Handoff. Howard works the middle. Darian Moses. Shotgun going to keep it himself. He's going to run to the left. He's just trying to get that yard. Moses turns. He's got room. Cuts back in and he's out inside the 5. Walter Moses, talk about timely runs. We were waiting for him to make a big play. What a first down for Moses.
And it was the outside run, right? It was the, containment is so important. Perry was utilizing the inside game, and they finally went outside. But here's the key. They did not score. So Kirtland still with an opportunity to get a stop, and McCoon's coming back out now.
I'd imagine so, that big body out there. He's got one rushing touchdown already. Savon out there too. Is McCoon going to, okay, there we see Moses. I was making sure that McCoon was going to take the snap again like he did on the other side. They'll turn, they'll pitch it out. No, it's Howard, he cuts in, and he's in! He is in! Darian Howard from 3 yards out. It took 3, but we got our first score of overtime.
So he gets the monster block, and then the blocking up front, led by his lineman, led by McCoon and Howard. You mentioned, Kyle, they have not turned to him really since the first quarter with the football. He leads this drive here in the 3rd overtime.
Darian Howard, 3 yards for 6. Huge play, and now some decision time for Perry.
Remember, in this game last year, Perry did not kick an extra point. They went for 2 3 times and got it all 3 times.
Yep. This is going to be very intriguing. Very intriguing to see what Coach Gesevich decides to do here.
If I was Perry, I'm actually going for 2. I would go for 2.
I think they are going to kick this. That's what it looks like.
But you have a trusted field goal kicker.
I think it's... Is it a different kicker? It is going to be a different kicker. This is going to be, Christinger, who's going to try and line up the extra point. It's on the way, and it is good. Huge right there for Perry. So 21-14 is the score in the 3rd overtime. We finally get points. It was 14-14 at the end of regulation. Perry finds a way to get that ball in the end zone. Darian Howard leads the drive with a couple strong carries for 6. And now Kirtland, with their back against the wall, finds themselves trailing for the first time in this game. How do they respond?
They're going to have to just run the football, really dive in. Hey, guess what? You have Laverty back there. You have all your guys. Just get it in there, ISO play.
Remember last time Laverty did limp off the field. So how is he doing right now? Bit of a layoff here because, remember, it was 2 straight offensive possessions for Perry. Chance for maybe Laverty to stretch out a little bit more. We know how tough he is. I imagine he's going to get out there, but can you fully utilize him?
And again, you got Affini in there too, so that's somebody who you want to turn to. They've been great all night with second effort when they get the football, when they connect.
So Paul's going to line up under center. Laverty's going to line up as the tailback in the backfield. It's going to be a pitch. Laverty looking. He's going to pass, throwing. There's a receiver, and we're going possibly to another overtime. Touchdown. You called this earlier, Double A.
Broken play right there.
No broken. That was designed. That was a pitch to a pass.
Broken defensively.
That's true.
That's what I meant there.
There
because
you go.
offensively,
they assumed it was going to run.
Yeah,
wow.
Well designed, and they've been kind of scheming for that. I wonder if Kirtland right now says, we need to go home.
Oh, boy.
And they go for 2 and try to win this thing.
We'll see.
We are 3 overtimes in now.
Yeah, when do you draw the line for Coach Laverty and just trust your offense to get you 2 points here and go, what, is it 3 yards? 2 yards?
2 yards.
Maybe a long 3 or a long 2.
Will we see a kicker come out?
Laverty's looks like he's walking and staying out there. He wants to go for it. He wants this to be it.
He does. Yeah, I am fully confident.
Timeout
Kirtland's going for the win right here.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout and talk this over a little more. Coach Laverty is a very even-keel coach. He's always been cool under pressure, and we saw kind of emotions get big for him in the actual regulation part of the game. Now imagine, too, it's got to be just trying to control the guys. Hey, bring them back down. Hey, listen, we're right there, a couple yards away. You can get the job done here. And this is for, we talk about if you have a play that hey, it's not on film yet maybe, we can do something that's not a trick play per se, but a play that hey, we're going to be able to get 4 or 5 yards easy with this. Let's run it. This is the opportunity now.
And do we see another rollout, perhaps? But again, or do you just say, we are Kirtland, it's just hand the ball to your tailbacks and ask for 2 yards.
You trust at that point, right? As Laverty's going to come out, so is Alfieri and company. This is going to be for the ball game. Right here. They're spread out wide. Laverty under center. Looking, rolling. Laverty with the ball. He's still got it. He's rolling. He's looking back. He's under pressure. Laverty breaks right. He goes. Did he get it? He did. He did. He did. Laverty got it.
Wow.
He got the edge. He gets the 2 points. And Kirtland, in 3 overtimes, gets the win. Watch this.
Watch this, how he was able to just sneak that. Oh, he just dove in.
Oh, my goodness.
Dove in.
Wow. Jake Laverty gets to the outside, gets the ball over the pylon, and in possibly one of the greatest games you will see in the state of Ohio this year, Kirtland comes away with the closest win possible, 22-21 in triple overtime.
An amazing, amazing football game. And you expect nothing less from 2 defending state champions.
Oh, my goodness, Double A.
Both of these teams should be very proud of the effort. I mean, my goodness. Let's first talk real quick about Kirtland. Just that, first off, the touchdown, the rollout, the design play. All day long, you're handing the ball off, and you say on the 3rd overtime, let's roll out and throw up top to our receiver. The safeties, they're not expecting that at all. Linebacker, you're not expecting that. You're respecting the running attack. And then the 2-point conversion, you look at Jake Laverty and say, take us home. His dad, his father, Tiger Laverty, said, hey, we've been here 3 overtimes. It's cold. We've worked this hard. We need to go home and get this W. Amazing.
Unbelievable. Jake Laverty, he rolled out of the pocket on that. And again, just looking for someone. They spread him out again to try and keep the defense from collapsing on the inside. And Laverty makes the play out there. And for all the cramping, the different issues, the toughness displayed by Jake Laverty. Again, he is our CVC TV player of the game. Over 160 yards rushing. Had the touchdown pass in triple overtime to get him to that point, and then obviously the game-winning 2-point conversion on the carry, just getting that ball over that pylon at the top of your screen. But again, you talk about Perry, nothing to hang their hats on. This was a fantastic game, and they were in it till the end, and they did everything right towards the end. Just a great play by Laverty.
Well, and again, remember to set up the 3rd overtime, Perry, offensively, they said, hey, we're going to hand it off to a young man who has not received the football for much of the game.
Darion Howard, yeah.
And he took care of business.
Delivered.
But, man, to tell somebody, hey, the first 2 overtimes, we're not going to see any score. You're going to see a ton of big defensive plays. You're going to see denials in the end zone. And then the 3rd overtime, boom, boom, boom. It just so happened that Kirtland was the one with the ball last, made the big play, and they got the W.
Just an impressive game. So Kirtland's going to improve to 3-0 in the season. Perry will have their 18-game win streak snapped tonight in triple overtime. A 1-point loss to the Kirtland Hornets. Yeah, man, Double A, what a game. Your final thoughts.
And let's not, everyone was going to undersell this, but let's be real about it. Kirtland's been thinking about this game for a year. They've been thinking about what happened on September 1st a year ago. What happened on their home field, on their new turf, remember, a year ago at Wilson Stadium. And, yeah, they've been, they're focusing one game at a time and on, focusing on the season and stuff. But, man, it has to feel good to get this W, and it's only appropriate that it happened this way.
Again, phenomenal game. The final score, once again, 22-21, triple overtime. You can't see it on the final there because our graphic can't do that. But trust me, it was crazy. It was intense. And we weren't even camping, folks. What a game. Unbelievable. Kirtland improves to 3-0. Perry falls to 2-1. Of course, want to thank you for tuning in. Want to thank our sponsors here for CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Taz Tree Service, Sewer Cleaning Company, R&T Fence, Air Quality Control Heating and Cooling, Greenie Sports Cards, Woodlake Realty, Hobby Motorsports, Ohio Media School, and Alpha Animal Removal. For AA Anthony Alfred, I'm Kyle Cornell. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. The final 22-21 triple overtime win for Kirtland here on CVC TV. We will see you next time.